Yo, what's up, everybody? How you guys doing?
Good.
Nice. Cool. I'm just doing some stuff real quick. We'll be ready to go in a few minutes. You guys hear my dog snoring? Snores super loud. Hey, Sinatra, it's enough. Wake up.
Oh my God, what kind of a dog is that?
French bulldog.
Aw,
I have 8 of them.
love it.
I have 4 that live with me, and then I basically JV 4 more. How's your day, Nicole?
It's going.
Sweet.
How's it going for you?
It's busy. It's always busy on Mondays.
Yeah.
I like it though. It's all good. Action-packed day today. Got a lot of things out of the way.
Nice.
Yeah. We'll call up your salad here. This one, catch me up to speed again. This is the one that there's a salad inside, right? A salad that may be giving problems.
So, well, they're renting it out to a tenant. And I know that I feel like she's getting a little frustrated because I did have a quote unquote end buyer who has been kind of like ghosting me. And so then when I was on the call on, I guess it was Friday or Thursday, whatever the call was that I was on with you, you were talking about like doing a cash for keys type of thing. For the tenant that's in there. The tenant that's in there has like a boyfriend that's kind of could potentially, I don't know, refuse to leave or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah, they still owe, like the total mortgage is like 214,000, but they're only behind 12,000. So
What's the what is the ARV on this thing?
300.
So they owe 224.
They owe 214.
Oh, sorry. 214 plus 12K in arrears.
Yeah, so they're behind on, the total is 214 and 12,000 of that they're behind on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so I was thinking sub 2, which she seems totally like great with, and like ready to go. But I know you had said on the call last week that basically like the seller would get nothing. And I think they were looking to get like, at least like 10,000.
Hell no. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Well, I'll let them know. Like, hey, you know what? You want 10,000? Get these people out, because I'm probably gonna have to give them 10,000. That's gonna be a headache. Could take time.
Yeah.
Could be a legal matter. Could cost more money than I expect. All these things.
Yeah.
Cool. Can you text me over their number in the ad, or did you already do that? So I can go to my.
No, I didn't. I'll do that.
Do you have my number?
Yeah, and I'll text her to be looking for your number.
Okay. Cool.
And I kind of told her that you're on my team, like acquisition specialist.
Okay, cool.
Just FYI.
It's the truth.
Yes.
All right, everybody. It's best if you go to your name, like hover over your little box where your name's at, hit the little 3 dots, and then go to rename, and then add your state where you live at and your phone number. So it's easy for everybody to kind of know where you are and then access to your phone number right away. All right, cool. And then just send me the address and we'll go ahead and call her up. Basically, I'll call on your behalf, but I'll just go off the numbers you gave me, and whatnot, and then just basically basically just jump on a phone and kind of let her know that I've been caught up to speed a little bit, and then see how we can come in here and work it. So you originally went in there and worked at cash. Is that what happened?
Um, say that again. I worked at cash.
Sorry, I was drinking some water. Sorry. I said, did you originally work at cash?
Work at cash. You mean like an all cash deal? Yes.
Yeah, sorry. That's what I mean.
Yeah. And like I said, it was like a sub 2 type of situation.
Okay, but did you get into that conversation a sub 2, or is it more like it was
Yes.
just okay?
Yeah, we absolutely did. And like I said, she had been speaking with Z, who was my end buyer at the time, and I don't know if he kind of just, I don't know, he just kind of ghosted me a little bit. So
Got you. Okay.
and she is in the process of a divorce, and it's her and her husband that own this property. I've spoken with the husband also, and he's willing to do it as well.
Okay. So he's open to it. And then, so was this under contract?
No,
Okay. So they kind of like were willing to work with you, but they didn't let you lock it up.
she would have gone into contract with me. To be honest, I was scared because this is the first time I'm doing a sub 2 type of thing, and without
Okay.
having an end buyer, I was like, oh, I don't want to put anybody in a situation like that, you know. So yeah.
No worries. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna call Patty.
Okay.
1 second. Bada bing, bada boom. Here we go. All right, cool. Everybody go on mute. I'm gonna call Patty.
Hi, it's Patty Hamlin. Leave a message and I'll call you back as soon as possible.
Hold on, Patty. Let me call you again.
Hi, it's Patty Hamlin. Leave a message and I'll call you back as soon as possible. The mailbox is full and cannot accept any messages at this time. Goodbye.
All right. Can you let her know that I called her twice right now from a 760 number?
Yes, I did.
Okay, cool. She's probably busy or something.
I told her we'd be calling between 3 and 5, and she said that was fine. So I don't know. She might just, I don't know.
Maybe she's just on the phone because it didn't really ring too long.
Right.
Okay, cool. So let's come back around.
Thank you.
No problem. Let me make another phone. I'm gonna make some calls real quick. And then if you guys have anybody you guys want me to call, I know there's probably 1 or 2 of you that want me to call. And then we'll get into that. Let me just blow out a couple calls real quick.
Hi, you reached 813. Hi, you reached 8.
If you want me to.
I got his numbers off. Okay. Do. There we go.
Alicia speaking.
Hey, what's up, Tanisha? This is Carlos. I was calling on behalf of David.
Who is David?
David said that you were working on this property off of 166th Street in Miami, and said that your seller is open to seller finance.
Okay, okay. Are you his realtor or something?
No, I'm an investor, so I buy properties with and from David, and
Okay.
I buy in Florida, Georgia, like most of the southern eastern states. Though I live in California, and
Okay.
so I'm calling in as behalf of the buyer. I'm trying to see if I can buy something.
Okay, yeah, the owner will entertain seller financing, but it has to be at the asking price. This is his term. He's not gonna accept anything less. Asking price, 20% down, 10% interest over 10 years.
Okay, and so what are the cash offers coming in? Because that right now doesn't sound too attractive to me. What are the cash offers coming in so I can look at this as a cash deal?
If you want to do this as a cash deal, you need to come in at about 430.
430. That's his asking price.
If you want to come in with cash, yes.
Okay, and so he's asking the same thing on terms.
Terms is 485.
Okay, so cash he wants 430, and then terms he wants 480.
485.
485. Okay. Well, here's how I work. Just so I know that he's not negotiable or something on his terms is what you said. And I don't mind overpaying, right? As long as I get terms that make me money as an investor. Here's the thing: as an investor, getting at 10%, I wouldn't be able to cash flow. I'd be a landlord on the property when I buy it this way. At 10%, I wouldn't be able to actually make some money if I try to rent it out. Would he be open if we were able to negotiate something, give him his purchase price, and then him giving me terms that allowed me to make a little bit of money in here?
No, he's pretty adamant about what he's asking for.
Okay, so here, I'm bringing up the address really quick on my laptop just so I can take a look at it. I'm trying to make sense out of this thing. I want to be able to see if I can give him a good offer, but at the same time, I'm not gonna be the one that's moving in there. So like, I understand where he's going, because I do the same thing. Like if I'm gonna sell it to somebody else on payments, I'm gonna sell it to somebody who wants to move there, so I can do the same thing that he wants to do. It's just for me, I wouldn't move there. I'm not interested in buying it, but I wouldn't actually move in there. I would just rent it out. And at the 10%, I don't think there's any way that I can actually make money on this thing. So that's what I was curious about, because my cash offer would have to be a lot less as well for the same thing. Like I'd like to buy cash; it's easiest for both parties. But same thing, I'd go get 7 or 8%, and that's going to kill the way that I make money. So do you think that I would be wasting my time if I try to move forward on this, or do you think that he'd be open to working with me?
If you're coming in way less than 430, you're wasting your time.
Okay.
And that's his finance terms. I just spoke to him again about the financing. He's not budging on that financing.
Okay. I mean,
he's not.
I see it's been listed for 260 days, so he's really not in a rush, right? Obviously, he hasn't sold in almost a year.
He's not in a rush. It's not like, oh, he's motivated and he needs cash bad. Not this one.
That's totally fine. I talked to a lot of agents and homeowners. Ask him this for me. I know that we're not going to go far. What if I was able to pay him more than he's even asking, the 485? If I was able to pay him more and buy down the rate so that I can actually make money, would he do that?
Now that he might consider.
Yeah, so I'm not going to hassle with you and just lowball. I already understand how firm the conversation is from the start. So ask him this for me if you can. If I'm able to pay more than 485 if he can give me,
But get a lower interest rate.
yeah, because this is how I look at it. I just need
What kind of interest rate are you talking here?
I'm thinking this, if I can pay him a certain amount over, if I can get something around 4 to 5%, and here's why. I'm looking at what market rent is, and what is market rent in that area? If you know by chance.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's at least 25 and more or more.
Okay, so this is how I look at it. I just need to be able to make a payment to him that's less than what I could rent it out for. I just need a tenant to pay the bills for me, and then me make a little bit of profit. And I'm the guy that can pay the high prices, especially in a market like this where we're a little unstable and it's taking a little bit longer for people to buy because the rates are continuing to go up. So I could buy, I just need it to be at a point where I could make some change.
Okay, let me, so you said about 4 to 5%, still 10 years?
So yeah, I could go 10 years, but so this is how it'll work. Because in 10 years, obviously, I'm gonna have to balloon him out. If the 30-year amortization doesn't make me money from what I pay him to what rent is, if we can push out that amortization schedule, maybe like to a 40-year am, but I still pay it for 10 years just so I can make money, and he'll still make interest on top. So it's a true investment. And he won't be a landlord. So he actually just gets a check. I'll be the landlord on this thing. He's not gonna have to worry about anything. And the same thing, he'll be protected, and sounds like he's experienced, so he'll know how to protect himself. If not, we go ahead and record everything on the deed or title. But yeah, if you could maybe ask him that I'm open to looking, and I work in that area as well as like Central Coast. And I just need to buy something before the end of the month. And I'm looking at his property, but I can't look at it with his asking terms. I can go the asking price and higher, but I need a little bit of wiggle room on the terms so that I can make money.
Okay, can you do me a favor? Can you send me what you're offering in writing? 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't want to go to him with just what we said. I want to go to him with something in writing.
Sure.
So you
And I'll even
can
send you a little.
text me if you want to.
Okay, well, I have your email. I believe it's Tanisha at starbayrealty, right? .org. So what
Yeah.
I'll do is I'll send over a proposal. And it might not work, right? If he decides to look at it and counter it, great. But I'll send over a little bit of credibility as well, like other properties I've bought in the area with an agent as well. So then he can see that I'm credible in that area.
Okay.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
All right, you're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.
High level performer right there.
You guys
Talking
you guys know why I did that?
She had a huge wall up. She was not wanting to talk at all.
She couldn't keep up with
Yeah, for
Carlos.
sure.
That's all.
Yeah, so like what you do right there, obviously she's already like warrior, right? She's already like walls up and shit. It's not like battle that person because you're already battling somebody with a wall up. So instead of me going in depth on so much, all I said was, okay, well then ask them this for me, since obviously you're not going to be able to do anything else, right? If I was able to pay him more, can I buy down the rate, basically? So in like hard money, you can buy down rates as well and stuff, like paying X amount of dollars per percent per point or whatever. Same thing here. I'm just like, yo, well, if you give me the right term, give me 10 years and adjust it where I can get 4 to 5%. And if it's only 2,500, then you got to push it out like 40 years.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, that's how I was looking at it. Real quick, this may not be a deal, right? I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna give him a higher asking price, but I'm gonna go in there and give me a favorable term. So it's your price, but my terms, so I can make cash. I mean, I can make cash myself. I'm not gonna give him 20% either because I'm gonna be going up higher. But I'll be the one that's gonna go in there and give him a higher purchase price. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to show him over 10 years how much interest he's going to make on top. And then I'm going to write him a message saying, I believe if you sell this to me, you're going to get the highest purchase price over the next decade. Plus, you're going to make interest. You're going to make even more than the highest purchase price in a downshifting economy. And then let it email it out like that. And then see what's going to happen, because it's been listed for like almost 300 days. This guy doesn't really give crap, you know? So if I can make it attractive to him by showing him a lot of numbers or higher numbers, then maybe I can work it out. Do I want it? I don't know. I don't see any photos online. Looks like a single family home. It's 485. right there in Miami off 166th Street. Says it has avocado trees. Wow, how nice. But yeah, so that one I'll draft an email to. Give me 1 second, just putting down my notes. Ta-da. At that point, you know, if she's been had this listed for like a year, wouldn't you think that she'd want to at least work with me a little bit?
My boy Franz, he's the one that sold him his cars. Hey, how long is it gonna take you to get back
I
in?
thought I took you off mute.
Back at you like what?
Put you back on, boy. I just took you. I just put you and you got yourself off. Put you back on, my boy. There you go. All right, so 485 plus over asking credibility. I'm gonna draft this up later on tonight. I called her. All right, cool. My bad about that, guys. Mike, did you get all the photos? This goddamn pool doesn't even have water in it.
Sorry, bro. You were on mute. Yeah, I got the photo. You talking about Texas?
Yeah. So I'm gonna send you the rest of the ones I got right now. This diving board.
Get the fuck out, bro. He sent the backyard finally?
I asked him to, and he texted. I was like, yo, do me a favor, because you got a diving board in the pool. Send me a photo of that. Man, the pool isn't even, that pool's gonna cost money.
Is that here in Miami?
No, this one's in Texas. We have this one. It was that seller that took me like 45 minutes to overcome everything, you know? That one that we did the recording on like not too long ago, I put it on my YouTube. I overcame all the questions or whatever. But we got everything, and then I'm getting photos. I'm like, damn, there's a pool, and like here's the thing with the pool, it costs money. Like his pool is dirty too, and it's like, I mean, real dirty, and like the water is like halfway full, and he has a diving board. Diving board's cool, but like the whole house is a little bit dated, which is not a problem. But yeah, we're gonna have to, now we have an escrow and things, so we just gotta relook at it. I just resent you everything, Mike, or the new photos.
Okay. That motherfucker got his pizza and took like 4 days to send photos. Jackass.
But yeah, dude, just by watching your messages, it pissed me off. So I was like, let me call this mofo right now. And luckily he came back all nice, because I was about to go in on this guy.
Yeah, bro. He didn't think that I was gonna send him a pizza. So when I did, he was like, I gotta live up to my word, because that's what he kept telling me. I'm a man of my word. Bro, I know this is not the diving board he was talking so highly about. That's crazy. Looks like there may be alligators in this pool.
Yeah, it looks like murky waters. All right, on to the next. Let's see. All right. Okay, who's on my list to call next?
At least it's got a nice roof.
Okay, so you dropped me something weird. When you do, I never know this. When you do a direct message on Zoom, can everybody else see that, or is it just the person sending it to the other person?
Direct is just that person.
Oh, okay. Nice. I didn't know that. I could be talking shit in like the live Zooms, and I never do, because I think people are gonna see. So now I know.
Well, sometimes you slip up, so you gotta keep it tight.
Sometimes you do slip up.
Sometimes you slip up and it just happens to be there. Okay, this one's in Idaho. Okay, Dustin loves that place.
I can't find it in here. He loves it. Okay, that's
Dustin
from his
loves that
CRM.
place.
Dustin loves Idaho, because that's what he is. He's the host.
It's from his CRM. It's from his CRM. So let's see.
Okay, cool. I figured it was from his CRM when I knew, because ain't nobody else in Idaho right now marketing. He's the only one that I call Idaho deals for. Okay.
I just don't know how to look it up in Privy, and it's not coming up in my MLS. So
it's all good. She's an agent, so we can just ask upfront questions. Is she an agent? Yeah, she's an agent. We'll ask upfront questions.
He's an agent.
Oh, him. Okay, he's an agent. And like another way is like PropStream could probably show you, if not Zillow, if you go to Zillow and just look for what's
I'll
for
try
sale,
Zillow.
like what's for sale,
Okay.
because it's a non-disclosure state. So if you put in the address and you put in like, similar filters, and then you look for what's for actively for sale, you can kind of get an idea of what the properties are selling for and things like that. So 7 to 10 years with 30% down, nothing said, just talked about. Willing to get on a call on behalf of the seller to hear out the seller finance terms. He says 250 to 260 after fixing up the property. Was under contract for 205, but buyer backed out. So he wants 175 for it?
Yeah.
Okay.
The roof is about 25 years old. The plumbing, half of it's updated, half of it's not. It's a little bit of fixer upper. That's why there's that margin, that little space there.
So roof is
They-
25 years old, that you need a new roof.
New roof. New windows.
Let's do a novation on this puppy. I haven't locked
You
one of
need
those
it.
up yet. I want to be able to lock
New
one up.
new windows. Plumbing
New
not bad.
windows?
Quote, half done and half not.
Wait, he needs new windows?
Yep. That's what he said. I haven't been able to see.
New roof, new windows, what else?
He says the plumbing, half of it's been updated and half of it hasn't. It's working pretty good, not bad, quote unquote.
That's some bullshit right there. When you hear
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
that is
And then
bullshit.
the owner's been there for 30 years and yeah, they had it under contract. They backed out. I don't know why. So that's a red flag right there.
They just
A little
backed out
entry
the
A little
price.
entry for us.
Yeah, okay, cool. So this is 900 square feet. Okay, let me see. I'm just taking a quick look real quick, guys. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I'm loving it.
Yeah. I like the Tony Tiger one the most, because I love Tony Tiger. Cereal, that's my favorite. I think because my mom liked that the most. My mom likes it a lot. Okay, let's see. Oh, this is only 900 square feet. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I
So,
found it on Zillow.
hmm. All right, let me put in the square footage.
Oh, and he said that the rent is about 1,000, 1,100 in that area.
All right.
I didn't ask him if they had a mortgage or anything. I forgot, but it sounded like he didn't, because when we spoke about the price, he said that, oh, my seller, they need to pay the taxes and pay closing costs, and I said that we covered that. Is that true?
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to say it. Yeah, we technically do, but you can always have them do half or have them pay. It just depends on. how
But
you
then
do
he
it.
mentioned that and I let it go. And I said, well, maybe we can get in a call to see we can ask the questions and get some clarification. And then he agreed to it.
Let me just call this guy Nicholas, because like I just ran some comps and things like that, and I'm like, we need this.
Yeah,
shit.
I had told him around 4:30. I calculated my time wrong. So let's
Okay.
get it.
Okay, 208, 308. Mike, he keeps sending me now. He's sending me photos of the spa. He said, I got 4 jets. Yeah, but the spa looks like shit. Care about your 4 jets. All right, let me call this Nicholas guy.
Hello, that's Nick.
Hey, what's up, Nick? This is Carlos. How you doing, man?
I'm good.
Hey, you were speaking with my associate Yanetti about this property you have off of Polk Street, Kimberly.
Okay.
Yeah, she kind of caught me up to speed. So that you had a seller that could be open to possibly some type of owner or carry with like 30% down over 7 to 10 years.
Potentially, yeah.
Okay. I know that since I'm not licensed in the area, or I'm not licensed at all, I really can't check too much comps in the area. If this were to be updated, because she did tell me that the roof is like 20 plus years old, and kind of caught me up to speed. Like windows need to be replaced. Did half of the plumbing, but the other half work. So it sounds like it's going to be a little bit of a project. Would you know what the after repair value would be if this were to be fixed up?
Oh, let me see here. We're about 950 square feet.
That's what I saw, 950. I didn't see too many other properties that size either, so it's like,
Oh, there's a whole bunch of them on that same street.
see a lot of 1100. Let me see.
I mean, I would think with everything that it needs to be done, you know, potentially in that 230 range.
Gotcha. Okay.
The siding on it is metal. I think it just needs a good painting. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just faded and yellow.
Okay.
Roof could use to be redone, but we're looking like 6-8 grand for a roof. You know, probably I would think if somebody put 25 grand into it pretty quick, they could turn around and make a $25,000 to $35,000 profit.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be crazy expensive due to the fact that it's tiny, it's a little tiny home. But here's what I'm thinking. That asking price is still a little too steep for me. Do you know if there's any wiggle room on there, if he's open to something a little bit less? Because I look at a lot of properties to buy. I don't want to waste time, but I know that 175 isn't something I can do if it could only be sold for around 230. And here's why. Not only is money expensive right now, but I think it's going to take me a few months, you know, 2-3 months to get this completed with the roof and everything. And
Right.
with this unstable market, I'm not guaranteed for the after repair value to still be at 230. And so I'm looking at it as a conservative buyer, right? And I just wanted to see if you knew off the top of the head if he had any wiggle room in there.
Oh, there might be a little bit. It's priced at 179.9 now.
Because here's what I was thinking. For me to do it cash, I'm looking at it even on this way, this term option. For me to do it cash, just you know, I definitely need to be like closer to like 100 for the conservability and everything. But that
You can't buy anything around here for 100 grand that's even half standing.
So my goal is like would be like buy it 100 grand, pour 20-30,000, wait to see what the market's gonna do, and then sell it with different rates and stuff.
Nah, you can't even buy a house with windows around here for 100 grand.
Oh man, I probably can if I was able to get on phone calls with them. But here's what I was thinking. The 170 is not something I'm able to do. What if I was able to do something like this with him? Are you familiar with like have you ever talked to other investors that partner up with sellers? Make it a little bit easier. Like if I was able to come in at like 140, 150, come in here and actually just do the construction work and then relist it with you renovated. And then I break him off like that 140, 150. And then I just take the difference of what I put into it. Do you think that would work? Because I know 179 won't work, even giving him 30% down. But if I was able to come in maybe at 140-ish, and then also how I would look at it would be if I came in and partnered with him and not actually had to pay the 140 out of my pocket right away, but to come in and renovate this thing. So then we can just list it with you, renovated at a higher price. And then we sell it together, pay you. And then I give him that 140. And then I take the difference after I reimburse myself for my expenses. Would you think that would work?
I don't think he's that desperate to sell it, to be honest.
Is he living in there?
No, he's got tenants in there.
Okay, what are tenants paying right now? Do you know?
Nothing, like $500 is all. It's a lady that's buying his deceased wife's daycare, so he's pretty much charging him almost nothing.
Okay.
But the home is paid for, and he's just having them in there to basically keep the heat on and the lights going and maintain it a little bit.
Okay. What's market rent like in that area?
Oh, that should rent for 1,000, 1,100 all day.
Okay, 1,000,
I
1,100.
just sold one down the street from it for $349. It was 1,200 square feet, and the people that bought it, they rented out furnished for $1,500 a month.
Okay. Yeah, so if we did this, then if that didn't work, the way that I presented it, because it would still take me months no matter what to get renovated. I would still want to be in that like 140 range if I can do it, like 140 and then give him some money down. I don't know if I'm going to give him 30%, but maybe I give him like 10% now, make some payments for 3 or 4 months, renovate it, and then relist it with you. So then you could just sell it from me again at at a market price. Would that work?
If I sent comps in that 140 range, it's not even slightly comparable. I mean, that just doesn't buy you much, unfortunately, around here anymore.
I understand, but would you be willing to submit that offer for me and see what he says? Because I am interested, and I just want to be conservative. Otherwise, I wouldn't hassle you, like if this was in the beginning of the year and rates were still good and people were still buying $20,000-$30,000 over asking price, I would be the guy to just say, yo, lock this up for me. But now I'm just looking at it as like, hey, I remember what happened this last round, a decade ago. And I just want to be conservative. And I know that I could either buy and hold, and I'm in the business to buy and hold, so I can go through cycles that go down and up. But if I'm going to come in here cash, I'm looking at it like, okay, well, what type of money I'm going to have to spend and how expensive is that money? And then it's a shifting market that's unstable with rates still coming up in the next 2 months. That's all I'm looking at it. Would you be able to present that to him if the 140 purchase price, 10% down, I'm going to go in there, renovate it, relist it with you and then we can list it at a higher price, and basically it'll be something that I can do that way. Otherwise 170 is a no-go for me, or that 150, 160 is going to be hard for me.
So you'd have to write it. I'm just trying to understand here. I got a call from a lady from Florida earlier. So is that your realtor?
She's my associate. She's a licensed realtor, but I buy in Florida. So I buy in a lot of the southern eastern states, and then I buy also in Idaho, Minnesota, Indiana. Those aren't typically my main markets. I own most of my things in southern eastern states, but I do buy in these areas. And so that's how I'm looking at it. So I work with Ganetti. She's in Florida because I do buy in Florida. But this would be my offer to you would be, hey, if I could buy this at 140, put some money down, 10% or something, and then I just make payments towards that. And then my goal would be to renovate it, because I wouldn't be able to rent it out right away like the way it is, and me try to maximize the way that I want to. So
Right.
So that would be the thing for me. I would buy it and use him basically as like a lender, right? Like a hard money lender to be in and out quickly. Though I would put a term in there just in case I decided to write it out. Like, let's say that I renovate it and then we can't sell it for the price that I want, then I could just turn around and rent it myself, rent it out. So I have a backup plan.
Sure. I would definitely present that. You bet.
Okay. Do you need me to text it over to you so then I can give them like 2 options or whatever, like same purchase price, but the 2 options, either 10% down, or let me come in here and let me just spend some money by renovating it. We relist it in like 2 or 3 months together. And then I give him his number. Once we sell it, we pay you together, and then I take the rest.
Yeah, that'd be great. Throw it on in a text or an email, whatever's easiest, and I'll present it to him that way.
Okay. Well, what's your best email?
It's Nick at gemstaterealty.com.
gemstaterealty.com. Okay, Nick, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it, man. And I'd like to ask you, do you have any other properties maybe that are listed that are that you ever come across that are maybe like in foreclosure or auction states, or maybe little to no equity, homeowner wants to make more money? Because I could buy at that market or over asking, as long as the property is like, if it's at market price, and as long as it's market ready, I could be the guy that could be that bold person and pay those higher prices. And I do work with agents, so I typically try to buy 2 to 3 properties with each agent that I work with in the markets. Maybe you could be the one that helped me out buy more properties in this market, because I haven't locked in an agent just yet.
Sure.
Cool. Well, I'll send you over a buy box as well, and then from there we'll just go from there. Okay.
That sounds great.
Thanks, Nick. Bye.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Right. All right, Yonetti, yeah, just submit him that offer if you got his email. Submit him 140 with 10% down. and like,
You cut up. And what?
and I'm thinking, what can we pay him? I'm thinking like maybe no payments and shit, so I renovate it and get it ready. So I'll go like this: submit him an offer at 140,000 with 10% down, and then put we could rent it for about $1,000. Let's see. Put like $400 or something to him, like a month. Put like $400 monthly payments, principal payments or whatever. Don't even rent the principal. Just put $400 so he doesn't think about interest. $400 and put $400 contingent to the property being renovated and rented out. And then follow up by the same purchase price, 140. And then just put, our goal would be to partner with him, basically a novation, right? But he probably doesn't know what novation means. Basically partner with him, renovate it, bring our funds and crews, renovate it, relist it with you at the after repair value price, sell it, pay you your commission, pay the homeowner our agreed purchase price, then us take the difference. Yeah, so just same thing, purchase price 140, and then just put some verbiage in there saying, so this would be the second offer right after the first one, right? So 140 with, you're not gonna put any money down because it's a novation basically. So you're gonna put purchase price of 140 and then put contingent to coming in with funds with our renovation crew, rehab the property, relist it, pay the commission, pay the purchase price, and take the difference, and just put like partnership at the end. Just something like very simple, quick. He'll explain it to the guy. And then
Pay
CC,
commission, pay purchase price, and something about difference.
yeah, just put like, once we renovate it and rehab it or whatever, we're gonna relist it with him, so it sounds attractive, right? That's why I said it. Hey, relist it with you at a higher purchase price, right? So he's looking at that way, so we can use him and everything. But yeah, say relist it, and then once we sell it, we pay the seller his agreed price, the 140. We pay out your commission, and then I take the difference after reimbursement. And basically at the end of that, be like, this is a partnership opportunity. So then we turn around and sell that as a novation to somebody, a fix and flipper in the area or something. Because he says it's 230, maybe, who knows, maybe it is 230. I think it's probably like 200 or less. Or 200. I mean, it's a small house, 900 square feet. It ain't gonna cost that much to renovate the whole thing. Windows, probably updating it and stuff. And at the same time, if we can't sell it, even on the terms option, if he does sell it, like you just turn around and rent it, because it'll still be attractive for 140,000 with only 14 grand down. Then you're gonna have to renovate it, put like 20, put like a new roof and update it, maybe sell it on a wrap or something. I don't know. We'll look at it. Let's just get it locked up. Let's just try to get it done and then go from there. I don't really know the market.
What email did he give you? Did he give you gemstaterealty.com? Nick?
He said Nick at gemstaterealty.com.
Yeah. Okay, this is the same one here.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Submit that and CC me in there, please.
Okay.
Sweet. So there's that one.
Can you CC through the
You
CRM?
put my name after his name in there. Okay, so that one's good.
Thank you.
No problem. There's that one. Okay.
Hey, Silos,
What I mean?
what's up, G? A few questions, brother. If you have time right now, or I don't know if you just want to jump into the next one.
No, go for it. What's cracking?
So I got this guy. trying to figure out how I can work this, but it seems like a pretty tough situation. So looking to purchase this creative deal from a guy, but he has a hard money loan doing like 6 months for a pretty substantial amount. It's like 535 G's. And I'm trying to figure out, I mean, really, I was trying to figure out how can I structure it or how can I go around that. But I don't know. I'm stuck. I can't really figure out a way how to get around that hard money loan.
Okay. Okay, got you. So where in your head, where do you think you can do? Just so I can see where you are.
I was thinking like, man, worst case scenario, maybe we can put like, I don't know, 40, 50 G's in the hard money seller's pocket, and then maybe have him ask for an extension. But even then, I don't think a hard money lender would do an extension for like, 7 years, like ideally the term we're trying to look for. So
And you
that's
wouldn't
where I
even
was-
want to do that. You wouldn't even want to do a hard money loan for 7 years because it's a very high interest and it's interest only for that time frame. So when you balloon,
yeah.
be out. So what's the ARV on this thing?
ARV, you can call it. Let me pull it up right here. I thought I just jumped in and asked you.
Does the property need work?
It's gonna need like updating. Oh shit! Updating in the bathrooms. Probably you could use new floors and new cabinets on the kitchen. But let me see here.
So he has 6 months till he balloons his hard money.
Yeah, he got 6. It's 2 guys. They're partners on it, and they just bought it.
And what happened? What happened with them? How come they can't proceed?
Well, that's what I was trying to get to, but he was just being a little hoe about it, and he didn't really want to give me all the details. So I was like, cool, like if you're not even gonna work with me, like why the fuck am I gonna try to get you out of this situation? But yeah, the ARV, you can call it, maybe 680, 650 to be conservative.
All right,
650. Yeah.
Okay, and he owes 450.
He owes 525, 530, give or take, is going to the hard money lender in 6 months.
Okay, so I would ask him, what's your interest rate on that hard money? What's your monthly payment on that hard money?
Mm-hmm.
And then I would ask him, has he started the project already, and what has he finished, and what needs to be done, and what was his original exit? Was he going to do a burr method, or what was he going to do, fix and flip? So you can kind of see what he was trying to do. And then what you do is this. Okay, cool. Well, how about you just do me a favor? I might be able to help you out. I can't guarantee you this. Go and shop around for me and see if you can refinance this out on private money, and then I could buy it once you refinance it, basically into a softer money, So hard money, you don't want to buy it. You don't want to work with it unless your goal is to take it over, fix and flip it, or do the burr method. But I would try to have him refinance it and then sell it to you subject to refinanced already. It'll probably be same thing. It'll still be 6-7%, but he's an investor. He might be able to shop it around. And I've seen rates still. I've seen somebody do exactly what I just told them. This is like 3 weeks ago. I was working a deal in Colorado, and I asked them to go and shop around, and they ended up finding like a 5%. I ended up helping her. Like I said, hey, I'm not too interested. But maybe I can help you out and just show you what you can do. I said, you should go and shop around to like 10 different places and try to get the best rate that you can. Go try to get an asset-based loan or something in there. Maybe get the equity partner to help you out, and go and refinance yourself out so you don't have to get hit with that hard money balloon. And that's what she did. She ended up doing it. She ended up finding something from like her 12% down to like, she first said, oh, I can get 8%. And then I said, keep going. And she ended up finding like 5.75%, and then ended up getting an equity partner. And I was like, all right, cool. I mean, I just helped her out like in the end, but that's in these scenarios where he's not trying to be open with you. I'm like, well, here, look, man, you want me to help you or not? Right. I mean, to me, I'm going to buy something or I'll help you out or something so I can make some money. But, obviously, if you don't want to tell me, then I don't need to continue talking because I don't understand the numbers. I'm an investor too. I have to see what you see or what you don't see because you're stuck.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, he was just being a little hoe, but I'll dig some more.
You want me to call this a little hoe?
No, I got him. I got him.
I know you do. Okay.
He ain't
So
in
so
no
then
rush.
now that you know, it's a great tip. So you can have, so just add that to your portfolio, to your arsenal, and just know that, hey, hard money don't let it scare you. Just, hey man, do me a favor, refinance this thing, go and shop it around. And then once you get a good rate, go shop it around again and let them know the rate that you just got, so somebody else can beat that and get in there with favorable terms, and then refinance that thing and then see which way to go on an exit, you know?
All right. Cool. Yeah, definitely. Okay. That helps out. Thanks, brother. And then one more question. I got another guy trying to pick it up, same thing, seller finances. It'll be a hybrid deal. This one's a little bit more simpler, and I've heard you talk about it before. I just kind of wanted to see what your opinion was on it. So he has like 100 grand lien. I'm not too sure for what. I can pull it up, but it's 100 grand lien. And basically, what I was thinking was the same thing that you did on I'm not sure if you did it, but I heard you talking about it on one of your deals, where basically you just open up some sort of like LLC or something, and then have you as a beneficiary, in order so that tax lien doesn't hit whenever the title transfers over. And then that way you can keep on making payments on it. And it's one of George's leads from Podio. So I don't know if he would be wanting to do all that, because George is like really big on like that's cool that you can do all that, blah blah, but like what the fuck can I do with the property now? So I don't know if he'd be willing to do, open up an LLC, get it in a trust, put him as a beneficiary, do all that stuff. Is there another way around that?
I mean,
don't think
even if
so,
George
but
doesn't want to do it, he can wholesale it, you just lock it up that way. So what
Just
happens
lock
is
it up.
this, what happens is typically when there are liens on properties, they're typically going to be due at the close of escrow when transferring your name onto the title. Okay. And so like a way to avoid that, like let's say his liens of 100 grand, and let's say there's a monthly payment to that, and that monthly payment plus if there's any other debt in place, let's say all of that still makes sense. Like, hey, you can still rent it out and make some good profit on it. Then what you can do is quick claim it, right? What you do is you then have the seller deed it, so he leaves it in his name or her name or both names. This is some advanced shit, right? Like this is some fire for you guys, just to let you know. So what you do is you deed it into a trust, and then in that trust, it doesn't change names, so it stays there. So let's say this is Yonetti's property under Yonetti, and then we throw it into Yonetti's trust or whatever we want to name the trust. It doesn't trigger a sale because there's nobody switching the name of the title, or the whatever. But now that it's into this entity, on paper it's another person, it's a trust, but it's under Yonetti's trust or whatever. If Yonetti were to die, right, like you want to name some beneficiaries just so that property will go to somebody else right after they die, otherwise the IRS will take it or whatever. Right. So what happens is when you deed it into a trust, you can then put your name as a beneficiary on that and have it assigned over to you. So then you have control of that property without having to actually like call the due on sale on those liens, basically.
The liens, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then you can also take it a step further and then create like a corporation or another LLC to then manage that trust as well.
Savage.
It's a lot of information. It's like not everybody gets it right away, but it's pretty advanced strategy, and it just helps you to continue to keep that property instead of having to walk away. I'm working on one right now in Knightdale, North Carolina, that way, where we locked it up, and then 2 liens came in, like a mechanic lien and like some other solar lien, and still cash flows with it, but in escrow it said you have to pay this, and I was like, oh no, it's gonna be too much money down. And then I had found that out, like what I just explained. This was like a few months ago.
Yeah.
So once I found it out, I had totally forgot about this deal. Randomly, that same seller calls me like 2 weeks ago and then asked me if I still want to buy it. And then I did that on a live call, actually, I think 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But then
that's why it came into my head. I was like, oh man, I remember when Silos did this. So
So that's exactly what happened. I said, hey, I just fucking found some new shit, and then just told him exactly that. And he goes, I'm down. And so we're actually working on drafting that.
Dope.
But it'll
Oh,
still be a
yeah.
good deal. Yeah, it'll still be a good deal because it'll still cash for like $600 or something. It's like $500, and there was only like 11, either like 11 or $16,000 down. But I'll renegotiate that just because I know that he's still interested because it's been like 3 months since I locked that up and it came out of
Right.
escrow. So yeah, that's what we'll do on that. Yeah, it's a good strategy, guys. So if you guys missed it, I mean, if you guys heard it, great. Lock that in so you guys know. So you guys don't lose out.
Oh, yeah. Awesome, bro.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, it was Mr. Burns. Michael, that was your deal.
Mr.
Yeah,
Burns.
that was Michael's deal, actually. That deal, Michael, that was him. I figured it out after when Pace had a Zoom and he broke that down. Yeah, good old Burns. Yeah. So we're still fixing that up. We're still working on it. I had Christina go and I told her to draft it up because I'm busy. Otherwise, I would get to it like next year or some bullshit. So I said, hey, you guys are all in charge. I'm just your closer. Like, go and I already locked it up for you guys. I sent you the video. Like, just lock it up for me. Like, go and fucking draft it up or whatever. So they're
Yeah.
working on it. So Mike, if you want, touch base with Nick. Nick just texted me too. He wants me to help. Literally, just text me. Hey, can you help me with a rap? Let me see. Let me call him real quick. Let me see if he needs me right now.
Hell yeah, brother. Appreciate the feedback.
No problem.
Yeah,
Yo, what up, man?
what's going on, bud?
Not much. Did you need help talking to the seller, or you're just talking about like you just trying to wrap this thing yourself?
I think I'm gonna wrap it myself, but I'm just like kind of confused here, man. You know what I mean? Because I've never done a wrap myself.
Okay. What are you confused about?
So like the ARV on it is like, 130, right?
Mhm.
And basically you're gonna take over an existing loan of $75,000, right?
Okay.
Now it needs about 30 grand in work, interior, and in the backyard there's a fucking sinkhole on the alley side of the yard, right?
Okay.
Like a big ass sinkhole. And I don't know if it's like a collapsed sewer line under the if it's like in the alley or in their yard or what the fuck is exactly going on, right?
Okay.
So
Yeah,
my
Trevor,
concern, my concern is it's like it needs, this much in repairs and blah blah blah. How much am I able to really raise this purchase price so that I can make sense of his deal?
Well, what city is this in, or what market?
This is in St. Louis.
Okay. You have a lot of immigrants or Hispanics in that area, or no? No.
Kind of. Yeah. So Bevo Mill is where it's at, and it's like a lot of Bosnians.
Okay. Well, since it needs a lot of work, right? Like, it's not like
Yep.
it's not like you're gonna be able to ask for like 150 or things like that. You would have to
Right.
ask like, maybe under that market price, a little bit under. So then that person can do the work themselves.
Right.
So like, hey, ARV, you can even tell them the market price once renovated, you can write that in maybe to market your wrap. If it could
Yep.
be worth like 130, 140, right? But I would
Right.
market it at like 100, 105 or something. So then you at least make a $25,000 spread with a high
Right.
interest rate on it. And this is how I look at deals, just so you know. A lot of people don't look at it this way. For some reason, it just clicked. Well, if people are willing to invest 10,000, 15,000 in stocks or Bitcoins, and they're gonna make 7 or 8% minus their broker fees, and they get like 4 or 5% on their money. I would take a small deal, wrap it, and still hold it at 10%, just like anybody else would have done a stock. But the cool thing is I'm not actually dropping 10 or 15 grand out of my own money. I'm just dropping knowledge, right? And then locking up a deal, and then still holding 25,000 at 10% over X amount of years. And your 25 will pay you as an investment every single month with interest more than you would have gotten a stock. And that 25,000 over, I don't know, 10 years comes out to like 60 grand or something, 45, 50,
Right.
60 grand. And that's how I look at it. That's how I would try to do it. Now you can call construction workers and like a GC or a construction
Yep.
company and ask if they have any employees that are looking to buy a house that they want to renovate themselves, no bank needed.
Right.
You can look
Right.
at Facebook Marketplace and market it, Craigslist. You can call like title companies or like mortgage lenders and stuff like that and ask them if they had any potential seller clients that just weren't able to get approved and that you have this house available. Because you're going to need to look for an end buyer, and it's going to be best if you find somebody that maybe knows how to be a handyman himself, and then give it to them like at like 105 or something, or maybe a little bit more or something. And maybe just ask like a little chunk of change down or something. Like, do you need money? Is the seller asking for money?
No, not really. So there's an agent that's I'm just gonna pay a flat fee.
Okay.
And then the seller needs like $2,500 to move to Florida.
Okay. Where are they going to Florida?
What are they wanting?
Where they're going to move to Florida?
Yeah. So they had to sell this house in order to be approved for their new loan, and there's no equity in the deal. And so I'm taking it over sub 2, and there's not enough money to fix and flip. It's not in the greatest shape to stick a renter right in it. So wrapping it is like the best option. You know what I mean?
Does the so no matter what, they're still gonna try to buy something though, right? After they sell this,
They're what?
their goal is to still try to buy something once they sell.
Well, they've already been approved for a loan and everything, but yeah.
Oh, so they got changed, and if they got approved on another loan.
Yeah. So they need to sell this to get it off their DTI, so they're approved for the new loan.
Oh, well, even if you do it this way, like they're still gonna need time you're still gonna need some time to get like the DTI lifted up. So it's like, even if you were to buy this right away, it's not like the DTI gets cleared up.
What we're doing to get around that is a lease agreement, and then we're just gonna buy it subject to.
Okay, there you go. So he could turn it into an investment now. They look at it like that as like it's their rental. And okay. That might work.
Right.
That might work. And then you could even do the same thing. Like once you put it on a lease option to purchase, you can automatically market it as a lease option to purchase with money down. So then if your seller or your wrap buyer ends up not being able to balloon, you keep the money down anyways, right? I mean, it's not like you're gonna take advantage of somebody. It's just like you're a capitalist, right? You do the same thing.
And if they can't perform, then I just get out.
Yeah, that's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, but for sure, like just try to see exactly like what the hell is gonna cost for like I don't know the renovation, but you said something about the backyard or something, like if it's
there's like
hard, you have for sure to see what's up,
right.
Yeah, because you don't know if a tremor's gonna come out there and just come and get them, so
Right. Right.
Yeah, buddy. So yeah, I would do it that way, man. Like, don't think too hard about it. There's a lot of stuff to go into it. Just talk to them transparently. This is what your goal would be. This is how I'm trying to make money, and try to do it that way. Now, same thing, your salary, you have to let them know that, hey, this is the lease option. This is the way I would do it, and go that route. It might work because they're asking for a little bit. You're only gonna have to pay a little flat fee, and then try to market that crap, as fast as possible.
Yep. So what I was thinking about doing is just getting a lease agreement in place, and then buying it subject to. The only reason they want that lease agreement is so they can get approved for their new loan. Once the new loan's approved, and they can go ahead and start looking for their house, then I could just take it subject to, right?
Yeah, you can just execute on the contract in 6 months or whenever. Yeah.
On the sub 2.
Yeah, on sub 2. You just purchase it, so then your name goes on the deed.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So it wouldn't be something like I just get them their lease agreement and then, buy it subject to within, the next 30 days.
Yeah, and I don't think lease agreements are as short as 30 days. I think they're a minimum of 6 months.
Right, but
yeah, like you wouldn't be able to perform on. You wouldn't be able to like, hey, lock up 30 days and then perform on it like that. So I literally have one exactly like that. I literally have one in escrow on its elite option for 6 months because I didn't want to pay the agent. And neither did the salary, even though I was going to give them money, like 20 grand. I was like, yeah, I'll give you 20 grand, but you pay the agent. I'm not going to pay them. Like, and I told her, like, because you told me that they didn't do anything for you, that they're not your friend. I'm like, and so why would I want to pay them if you don't want to pay them? And otherwise, if they did help you, then I don't mind paying them. And I said, okay, well then do me a favor and then ask the agent to terminate contract. And then they did. They sent me confirmation. I said, let's look at the verbiage, and we read that they have 60 days after expiration or cancellation that they're still going to get paid. So I said, fuck that. I'm just going to fucking put this on a lease option for 6 months, and nobody pays them, followed by a purchase. And it was listed at 289. I locked it up for 171 with $18,000 down to the seller at the close. And there's only 2 months in arrears. So then I just marketed it right now to an equity partner, and a couple equity partners, and I'm going to see if I'm going to get somebody to come back on it. But it's a sweet deal, super sweet deal.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, you could definitely do it, bro. But let me call you a little bit later once I'm finished up doing some things, and I'll get back with you. Okay.
Yeah, sounds good. I appreciate you.
All right, brother. Bye.
All right, yeah.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. What up, yos? Thank you guys for allowing me to make that call. Okay, so this one's done. Check. Hey, Nicole, did your person ever get back to you?
Not yet. I'm waiting.
All right. So who is left? I know Aaron and Frederick, right? So you guys both have something, right? Frederick, you have a deal right now or no?
Hey, potentially.
Okay, catch me up to speed real quick.
So the one I mentioned earlier was a couple days ago when we were in that live call. That one is with the whole trust being transferred to, the trust being inherited to a buddy of mine, with the contingency of paying off his sister $250,000.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah. But he is not responding right now. I'm probably going to see him at work tonight. Maybe we can.
Oh, you work with the guy?
We work in the same vicinity in the casino.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. Let's see if we can schedule a call if it's not tonight, tomorrow. And like how we discussed last time, like if he was gonna pull the equity out of his other property and do that, and then we could just buy it subject to, like, why not?
Right. So yeah, I'll see him tonight. And but the one I was talking about today it's an on-market deal, and it's been sitting for over a month. It's about to be 2 months actually. Complete fixer. So it doesn't want to come down in price. I mean, it chiseled from 530 all the way down to, I think, 500. But seller is only budging at 475. So it's not really a good wholesale deal. So that's why I wanted to kind of reach out to you and see if we can do anything creatively, which he is actually open to.
Okay. Send me all that stuff, and we'll jump on our call right now. I gotta make one call before this one, and then we'll hit that one, and then I'll hit up Aaron's deals right now.
Okay,
So,
yeah, sure.
All right,
I'll send you the listing and just give you a little backstory.
all right, cool. Sounds good, man.
Cool, thanks.
All right, welcome. We're gonna call this guy, what's his name? Chris, right? Chris. Yeah, that's his name. Okay. Hey, welcome. What's his do you have his addresses or no? Or one of them? Or does it matter? He knows I'm calling him, right?
Yeah, I have his address. I'm gonna comment it right now.
Yeah, just send it over to me. Dustin, I was cold calling multifamily today. And some lady was like, once I named her property, she like hung up on me, and then I texted her, and she's like, I'm not looking to sell. I was like, well, are you looking to buy more, or do you want to fund any of my multifamily deals? She just texted back, yeah, I'll buy some. That's sweet. hung up on me real quick, just because I'm not looking to sell you anything. You want to buy anything from me then? Yeah, I'll do that. Perfect. All right. Cool. There we go. And catch me up to speed with this one again, Wilkin. What's going on with this exact property?
Yeah, so this guy's an investor. The city's Atlanta. Forgot to comment
It's
it.
all good.
But oh shit. So he's an investor. He's selling some of his houses. I think he wants something in his backyard, so he's getting rid of some of them. They're Section 8. They're cash flowing, and he's interested in selling. I comped it a couple times, but I keep getting ARV like 210, and he's asking I think 140, 150. I gotta check my notes. So I mean, I did pitch over creative. He understands it. He said no, but he didn't like. He was open to it in a way because he does have a motivation of selling his house.
So there's a tenant inside the Section 8 right now.
Yep, I spoke to the tenant.
You did? How'd that go?
Well, that's how I got the number. I cold called it, and it was her number. I spoke to her like 5 times. I keep calling her by mistake. And she's cool. She's great. She really was said she would like to stay in the property, whatever. But she sounded cool, and then she gave me the number for the seller. He said, "Yeah, he's been trying to sell it for a while."
So he wants 140 and it's worth 210. Is that what you said?
More like 205, like 12, yeah, 210, yeah, yep.
So
He
like,
wants 150, sorry, 150.
okay, so he wants 150. Do you know what market rent is in the area?
Well, market rent?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just curious if you do. You don't have to know. I'll just ask him real quick.
Nah, I didn't even ask how much is renting right now. That was bad. Yeah, no,
It's
I
all
don't
good.
have information.
It's all good. It's all good. Hold on, just take a look at some stuff real quick. So here's how I look at it too, because there's a property that sold 2 months ago for 220 at 900 square feet, which is 25 square feet difference. And so maybe you're right. Maybe it is 200, 205, right? And if he wants 150, who's to say a buy and hold investor won't buy it at 150 cash with 7%, which will still give them opportunity to cash flow from what that is to what market rent is. Does it make sense?
Yeah, of course.
Right. So let me call this guy and just see what's up with him real quick.
Yeah.
Because what I'm saying is, who knows? Like, what if we can get down to 130 or something and lock it up cash and then turn around and just assign it? You know, like, because the reality is, a buy and holder is looking for properties that are worth 200, and they would buy them at like 150, 160 if it was like not a lot of, it didn't need a lot of work, because then they do get an interest rate that is a little bit higher, but at least it's higher on a purchase that the purchase isn't maxed out like on the ARV price. It's an actual opportunity for them to buy. And I tell people too, like, I'll buy a cash, man. It just gotta make sense. Like, you gotta drop it down so then my rate doesn't kill me. And so this could even work cash even at like that 150, 140 number. It just depending on how it looks though, in the inside. Did you get condition?
Yes, so he said it's in good condition. He said he updated like 3-5 years ago, and the tenant been there for I think a year or two, and it's good, according to him.
All right, well, I'm just looking at these photos or whatever, if that's what it looks like on Zillow, and I mean, yeah, he could have like renovated it from where he was and just kept it livable, so you can rent it out. It doesn't look messed up, it just looks like a little dated. Let me call this guy.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, Chris? It's Carlos. How you
Hey.
doing, man?
Hey, Carlos, doing all right, man.
I was texting you a little bit earlier. You were talking to my associate Wilton about your property.
Yeah, which one?
1860 Gibbon.
Okay, yeah, I had an offer on that for 140. The offer came in about what, about 630, somewhere around in there. So I haven't signed anything yet, but just they called me and they went by, they looked at it, and they said they liked it.
Okay.
And
Okay.
yeah.
What are you thinking about the offer? Are you looking to go with it?
Yeah, I mean, if it's I don't know. I've been dealing with a lot of wholesalers, yeah, it's just if it don't work for you later on, it don't work.
You know?
I have no idea. They said they were buying. They didn't make any distinction of wholesaler. I don't think it was a wholesaler. Because they said that it was they were buying it for their portfolio. So
Right on, right on. I do the same thing, man. So I buy a lot of properties in Georgia. I have one I live in California, but I buy mainly in Georgia and Florida.
Yeah.
So I have one in Columbus, I have one in Augusta, one in Valdosta, one in Tunnel Hill, and I'm trying to get in Atlanta. And so yeah, he kind of updated me, said you did have a tenant in here at Section 8. What are they paying, and what is market rent on this thing?
market rent is probably 1,500. I mean, it's crazy. It could be more. It's probably more than 1,500. But right now I'm getting 9 and 9 something, and I haven't. These houses I just kind of left them alone because they didn't pay, and because I own a chain of dry cleaners,
Okay.
and I don't bother them as long as the rent is paid. I don't say anything. I don't go over there. I don't go up on the rent. I haven't gone up on the rent in probably 15 years. And but it just draws my attention when they start but things need to be fixed. I'm like, okay, now I'm starting to evaluate this. Okay, well,
Yeah.
I had to go replace some cabinets for some water damage. And so now I'm like, you know what? I need to go in there and jack this rent up. I need to go up about. Normally, I would just ask for like $2,000, and they'll say, "Oh, that's too much. Can't do it." And they were like, "Well, how about 1,200?" I was like, "Nah, I'll take 1,700." And so we'll meet somewhere in the middle, about 1,500. But I believe that's what the market was the last time I checked. So I think I got it.
While you were talking, I see like 12 to 14, 15, almost,
That
maybe,
was
almost
still,
15, maybe could be around there. I do see like 12 to 14. So that's what I was thinking too. But here's the thing, right? Because I could buy cash, and the number actually is something that's not bad actually, because here's how I look at it. I do the same thing that you do. I'll be a landlord on properties. And so the only thing that sucks is like the interest rates are high. And so if I look at your properties, yeah, there's some wiggle room for me to make money on the equity, which then if I buy it at 140, it does give me and I do get a higher interest rate that I want, but it's still a price that might let me cash flow if I can get it up to 1,400. Now, would there be anything I would need to update so I can get it so I can charge that market rent? Because I know that for me to get market rent as a landlord, I do got to at least update some of the things to what market ready looks like, so then I get that market rent.
No, so that was Section 8. Typically, when I had them move in, I just kind of, I just don't like my properties to sit vacant. So I just kind of so okay, I just get whoever in there, and then I typically I would go up. At least I did before I had bought all those cleaners. I would just go up and so you wouldn't have to update as long as they're still in there. You just submit for the reimbursement, and the justification for that would be the what do you call it? When the realtors look at the average, the market rent, they would send examples of neighboring houses paying market rent, and then they would just approve it, and then that's what you will start getting. But you can only do that every the month of the inspection. So, for example, if the inspection was in January, I would just do it, in January, or I could just do it all now. And then, because you do it through the portal, and then when January comes around, it's already all the information submitted. They'll review it, and then they'll get back with you within, a couple of days, let you know what they can do.
And that's when the inspection is. Is that when it is? Like inspection in January? I get to pick the date.
Yeah, no, they pick it. I was just giving you an arbitrary month, but the inspection is they don't really do the inspections that much anymore. They do like a virtual where they have a tenant on an iPhone and they just kind of scan the house. They want to make sure that it's the house is livable.
Right, exactly.
Which is always it is because it was when they moved in. And then they also offer insurance. So it's like up to $2,500 on insurance. So claim. So if you tear up something, you have to replace something. I guess I should be doing that. The things that I replace, you submit that claim and then they'll pay out.
Okay. Are these I know they're Section 8, are they month to month or are they on a lease?
Month to month. You only need a 60-day notice to get them out.
Right.
So-
Yeah, I'm aware of that right there. And so do they want to stay or they don't mind like moving?
I haven't talked to them about that. And I'm sure they want to stay. Now, nobody wants to just up and move, but if that's what they got to do, that's what they got to do.
That would be my goal. Like either I fix and flip or I rent out, either or I'm not really like looking to buy something that's like completely beat up and yours doesn't even sound like it. So it's something that I could either look at as like, hey, can I cosmetically fix it and then sell it on the market again? Or do I just cosmetically fix it and hold it and make some money over time that way? Which I'll probably go that route. I don't know yet. So that's what I'm looking at though. And I'm thinking about the inspection and everything for that Section 8, or maybe I just get them out and I get, just a traditional tenant in there long-term. That's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah, I mean, either way, there's a full basement at the bottom, and even renovate that and have somebody staying there, at the bottom.
Okay.
That's an option. But either way is fine. I think the tenants there, I have pest control that goes to all my houses, and they don't let them in, or when he calls or he shows up, nobody's there, and so I had to, when I changed out the cabinets for the water damage, he had to go in there and fall. So maybe it's time for them to move on. You know what I mean?
I got you. No, I hear you. Yeah, that could be. Yeah, that would be for sure. Just hearing that, I'd rather just not have to have that hassle. So let me ask you: is because I know that Wilkin had brought up like a seller finance option. Cash is the way you want to go, right?
Right.
Is that the only way? Is it because you need the cash now, or what would be the main reason?
No, I don't need it, but it's one of those things where, once I'm done with the house, I'm done. Doing the seller financing, I'm still obligated to the house, and
have you ever sold anything on seller finance?
No, I haven't. I had some buddies that done that.
Let me just explain a little bit of the benefit of it, because it's different than being a landlord. It's like, this is what I've learned, and I buy a lot this way, and I do buy cash, so I'm not avoiding. I'm just giving you an example because you already get passive income, you get that mailbox money, so I know that you like that. The difference is with the landlord, you're liable to property fixtures, you're liable to your tenants. If things happen, that you have to take care of them yourself, and typically you got to save a little portion every month that comes in, so you have to fix things up every month or whenever things happen to need fixing. Well, with seller finance, what happens is you get some money down in your pocket, and then you do get some passive income a monthly check, right? But here's the cool part: you're actually not liable to the property, as you become the bank. So you're the one financing it. And like, let's say you had bought a couple properties, and let's say Wells Fargo or Bank of America is the bank. Well, if the roof leaks, you're not calling Bank of America to fix it. You would be responsible. So I would be the same thing here. You wouldn't be the landlord. You would be the bank. I would be the owner and I'd make payments. And if anything happened, I take care of it, not you. So the benefit is you make more money this way. You don't have to save money every month. You get some money down. And then the cool thing is you actually don't have to go back to the property, deal with the tenants or inspectors not being able to get in. things like that. So I was just curious because you already receive monthly income, if this is something you would be able to do. Because I look at it like, hey, if I could buy this thing cash right now, and I'd buy it maybe like 125, 130, give you a serious offer, or maybe I can come up 150, give you a little bit of money down, maybe throw a little bit of extra on top for you so you can make this into a true investment where you make a little money on top, like some interest, and then make it that way where you actually don't have to pay attention to the house, though you live around the area. It would be more beneficial for you that way. Because here's how I look at it. If you go and get all this cash, what would you do with the cash? You're going to buy another property with interest rates at like 8 or 9%, or like, were you going to stick it in the bank or buy a vacation? Like, what was your goal?
I can buy a property. This is actually a good time to buy higher end properties because you can, when the rates do fall, they just refinance. So I could buy a multi-family. That's something that I have an interest in doing. Just I'm not gonna stick it in the bank. I know I'll lose money sticking it into the bank.
100%. It'd be like not. I mean, you're an investor. That's why I was like, don't stick it in the bank. Like inflation is crazy, and the bank isn't going to give you, what are they going to give you? Like less than 1%. Like, and then inflation, it makes no sense. I was looking at it like, if I bought it cash because you want to use cash, and I'm a serious buyer, and I don't mind sending you over some credibility of the homes that I have in the area, that I would have to be in there maybe at 125, 130. Now, the other guys who went by, I don't know if they're a wholesaler or not. I don't know if they've submitted their offer, but I could submit my offer with some HUD statements and at the same time with some credibility of who I am. So that's a serious offer for you, and I own in the area. Or I can come up a little bit more, add some interest, make this to a true investment for you. You don't have to go and try to do a 1031, so you don't have to pay gains on anything. And we can just roll this way. What do you think?
Look, I'm gonna have to pay. Well, I won't pay property gains anyway if I have a property available. I think it's up to 6 months. My account, my attorney says. But I already got something lined up that I want to get.
Okay.
Yeah, whether I use my own money, and then when I sell this, just say, okay, that money I used was really for this house. I mean, I can do it that way. There's no problem at all. So
Whatever you'd like, man. I'm just trying to brainstorm with you and see which way would make sense for you, more beneficial, or at the same time how I could buy it.
yeah, I definitely don't want to do the owner finance thing. Even from a liability standpoint, my old real estate attorney advised against it. So, just so my trips and falls, and as long as my name is attached on that deed, and
Actually, you wouldn't be on so the way it works is you wouldn't actually be on the deed, you'd be the bank. So you'd be like recorded, you'd be like Bank of Chris, you'd be like Bank of America. So you wouldn't be on the deed. I would be on the deed. I mean, I'm just letting you know. I know that I'm not trying to overcome it. I'm just letting you know.
I know, I understand, no, but I have a small mortgage on that house. So as soon as I do that, they're gonna call the loan. So I'll have to pay it off.
Okay, I could buy it. No, so like I could buy it. So it's called subject to. So when there's a little bit of a debt in place and the rest is equity, it would be a hybrid. So it's called subject to existing mortgage, where you buy it with the debt in place. You leave a name on there, and I just become responsible to the remaining debt, and then I become responsible to your equity, and I just make payments on that. It doesn't actually like, who's the bank? Is it a small bank in the area, or is it like Wells Fargo or something?
Quantum banking every 3 years. Every 2 or 3 years, I have to sit down with Jason and we go over the loan.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, for sure.
So,
So there'd be a way that too. I mean, a way that to not get a dual on sale would be to like quick claim it into a trust, and then I become a beneficiary on that trust. So your name doesn't actually come off, or at the same time, like a lease option, right? Like a lease option, but at the same time, yeah, your name's on the deed on that part. And I would be like the tenant, and then I would sublease it out to another tenant. You get me?
all right.
So that doesn't sound too attractive for you, I know it. But what about the cash offer? What if I came in and I gave you a serious cash offer, and I followed up with, a fast closing? I pay for everything as closing costs. I come in there and I can buy it and make some money for myself. Would that work?
Yeah. Yeah. If you could do that, then I'll be more inclined to sell some other houses that I have in that same area.
I'll buy them, man. I like the area a lot, man. I got a whole team out there. I got everything. I got my gardeners. I got construction crews out there. I got partners out there as well in Atlanta. So it's like, I'd like to be the one to buy it and the other two, but would that work at the price I was saying? I know that somebody said 140 that they went by. I would be at 125, 130-ish cash.
You said 130-ish. when you say 130, you really talk about 128, right?
Yeah, like in between there, 125, 130 in between there. I pay for closing costs. Obviously we're not going to list it. I'll avoid all that stuff and we could do it, 30 days or less if you need, or if you need more time to get, I could, I don't need to rush your tenants out, but my goal would be to get them out and get in there, renovate a little bit so that I can maximize the rent.
Right. And would you be able to close for January or no?
Before January? Probably not, because I have 6 in escrow right now. So I'm currently deployed all my cash and everything. And I typically borrow money from other investors. So I mean, I'm not saying no, but I'd have to get to work right now to get some more money to go ahead and do this.
Right.
So that's how I'm looking at it right now. Would you be able to give me like 30 days? And if I'm able to close sooner, like let's say I do happen to find somebody to fund my deal within by the 1st or whatever, I can close, but I at least want that window in there.
Right. Well, and that's the thing, these guys said they close in 7 days. So, I mean,
Well, that's amazing. Yeah. I mean, definitely. I mean, if they're a serious offer, man, and maybe if you already checked them out, their portfolio, their LLCs, or if they've sent you EMD or they sent you credibility, then cool, man. 7 days is it's really quick. I'd love to do that, but I already have a lot of properties in escrow right now. Mine wouldn't be 7 days, but I would give you a serious offer backed up by EMD and credibility of who I am and what properties I own and stuff.
well, no, I understand, and they look, I don't want to, I'm not sure, everybody does the same thing that you're doing, and there's always a way out. But once they do the inspection, feel like that they don't want it, then they back out. And that's the thing, I work in North Georgia with cleaners. I have to come all the way down, just be here for investors and look at that. And that, I'm tired of driving for people to try to lock me up on paper so I can't shop the properties,
Exactly.
And then they get out of the house. And that's just
The game. They probably got you before, huh? That's probably what's happened, or your friends.
but unfortunately, someone like you, it's an uphill battle for you because you have to you're trying to sell me on how you're different from it all, but in my mind, it was like everybody's the same.
100%, man. And the game. Like, and here's the thing. I'm not in a rush. I just said I had like 6 in escrow, but I love to acquire properties. I come from the car business, so I just learn to be a hungry person and do as much as I can. So my goal is just to keep acquiring. I'm not gonna defer you. And same thing, I am negotiating here. I am trying to make myself an opportunity to buy this property and the other 2 if I can buy these. So then it's even easier.
Look, I understand. Look, when the market crashed, I bought 80 of these things, and I sold well, I think it was like 40 or 50. I don't know why I think to give them up because it was just too much running around. So I'm just let me think about it.
What's your email? Let me at least submit the offer. Take the other guys if they're gonna go with that route. I'm not gonna hassle you, man. I'm not in a rush to spend any money. But here, let me submit the offer to you so it's valid, so it's right in front of you. And if your guy doesn't come through, mine's right there for yours to sign.
Okay, sounds good to me.
What's your email?
It is Chris@AchillianProperties.com, and that's ACHILLEAN properties.com.
All right, properties.com. Okay, let me go ahead and put that in. And then, if we happen to work together, I want to buy those other 2.
Okay.
Cool. Are you cool with that?
Good. Yep, sounds good.
Chris, man, thank you so much for your time. I've been trying to get a hold of you. I've been busy. I apologize, but really, thank you so much for your time today.
Yeah, no problem. Take care. Thank you for calling.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bow, chicka, wow, wow.
Holy crap, dude!
All right.
Wow,
What happened?
that was good.
That was amazing.
You go for the close, baby. ABC, always be closing, guys. Always try to get to the end goal. I teach you guys every time. Get past things, overcome things. We're not in a rush here. We will buy. My dogs are fighting. Give me 1 second. Jesus. Hey, guys. Hey. Your brothers are crazy over some carrots, you know? You guys are too wild. Sorry, they were eating some carrots and fruits and they get a little aggressive with each other. Little French bulldogs are crazy, man. They got that little man syndrome, getting down for some carrots and shit. Okay, so that deal, right? The goal is always to try to get to the end zone. And you see how I just maneuvered through it. I talked to him, and you see how I even offered him less, even though he had somebody walk the property, gave him a better term and everything. I'm not saying I'm gonna be able to get locked up, but what if the guy is a wholesaler? What if he doesn't come through? What if he doesn't have his end buyer in the next, 7 days due to the fact that it's the holidays, right? I don't know what's going on, but my goal was to get what I needed to get out. And then he wanted to think about it. And I said, well, let me do this. Instead of thinking about it, let me submit the whole thing in front of you. So it's actually valid. I'll throw EMD. I'll even send some credibility to some of the properties I have in the area. Like, not worried about doing that. You guys get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's good, bro. And if he sells one, he's gonna sell all three to you.
Yeah. There you go. So that could be one down right there, and then hopefully we get two more. And I truly think that even at that 128 number, I said 125, 130. You said, so you're saying 120. I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. When 128 and it's worth 205. Honestly, I think that we could wholesale that, bro. I know somebody in the area that we can call right away and see. I know a whole bunch of people in the area because it's Georgia's one of my markets.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think we're gonna get this one, bro. He truly wants to sell. You could tell he's motivated. He's not like bleeding neck, but he's like, I want to sell this thing.
I'm gonna send him. He like how he said, "Oh, I know you're trying to just find out like who's better." How basically you got to fight that you're better than him, and it's like, well, fuck, I'm gonna send you actually fucking properties that I own with HUD statements in the area and other properties, the credibility of who I am, and then drop a PSA in there with EMD cash like he asked for, do like a 30-day close or whatever. And still run that. Who cares? I mean, there's landlord. I mean, there's tenants in there. They're month to month. They can get out in 60 days. Like, it ain't gonna hurt anybody because it's a southern eastern state. Like, okay, cool. 60 days, and the fucking sheriffs are walking you out. So in the meantime, it'll cash flow at fucking 900 and some change. And then once they're out, we can do a little bit of touch ups and then rent it out for more. So it's like
that tenant, bro, is actually really good. She when I first started talking, just like, hey, do you have any like Section 8 properties? Do you rent in the area? And that's when she started telling me because the seller wanted to sell it. So she's like open to moving. Like, she was asking me for like, oh, I don't really own anything over there. Like, oh, I don't own anything, but I'll keep you in mind.
Yeah, I got a fuckload of people in that area though that invest like I do. A lot of sub-2 students in the area, a lot of investors in the area. Maybe they got something that they have on Section 8, or they can apply it for Section 8. All I got to do is just say, hey, do anybody have an opportunity? Does anybody need a rat buyer? Does anybody need a tenant for their leases? I got a seller right here that I'm buying. They're displacing the tenant. Tenant needs to go somewhere, and we can find out from there. I know like one of the best, like Abraham Gray, fucking beast of an investor in the area. He's a beast. He'll know what to do. He'll buy it if anything. It's a cheap, like I'm saying. Look, if you can get it for 1,400, damn. That's the reason I like Atlanta is because like the prices are low and the rent's good, like for the prices. Like, check this out. And I did see like $1,400 in there. So if I see, even if you put like 150,000 over a 30-year term at like a 7%, that payment's $997. So let's say at 140. It's $931. You can renovate it. So it'll like at the purchase price with like a 7% rate, maybe somebody can get 6% in the area. If it's anywhere from 6 to 7 at 140 grand, then it's like a 840 to like a $950 payment. And that'll like either make $100 or break even until they can get the tenants out and then renovate it and bring it up to 1,400 and then make good cash flow on it. Well, I'm gonna send out that PSA like tonight, like right before I go for a jog or whatever, either tonight or tomorrow morning or some shit. But
What's
we'll get it
PSA?
over.
What's PSA?
Purchase sale agreement.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Things gonna
Yeah.
take it, bro. We got ourselves a deal right here.
Yeah, I feel it too. I feel like he's gonna sign it.
Yeah, he's a serious dude too. I talk to him a lot. So yeah, he just wants something easy, man. He just want to get out. He's just tired of these people wasting his time. When he said that, I'm like, yo, he's like, oh, they all sound the same. He knows like the way you present to yourself, like he knows like you're credible. So he knows you're different. That was nice.
Thank you, man. Maybe I can find a equity partner to come in here for 128 and then we sell it on a rack for 205.
Damn.
Oh man, I love it. I love it. I'm like thinking like who can I call and actually be like, yo, let me borrow this money and I'll give you 50% of the deal. I'll do all the work. But yeah, so either or, whatever. We'll lock that up. We'll send that over. So we got that. Let me put this down over here. We got his email, which is Chris at yada yada yada. Wait. Chris at Killian@properties.com. Send them a text again and be like, can you confirm your email address? Because I heard Chris at and then Killian@properties.com. I'm not sure if you guys heard it that way. I heard 2 ats in there. Or maybe I'm messing up and wrote it like that.
2 ads?
At the A sign.
Two of them? Nah, I don't know.
Nah, you're crazy. Yeah. So just confirm it for me. Hey, just shoot him a text and just say, hey, Chris, what's your email? And he'll fucking send it over. You ever drafted a purchase sale agreement, Wilkin, or no? Like for like seller finance? I don't know. Wait, actually,
Yeah, like
it's cash. It don't even matter. It's cash.
yeah, for sub 2, like 4 or 5. For cash, not a lot, bro. Like 30.
Yeah. I totally forgot this is cash. All right, cool. This will be easy as fucking. I'll draft the shit up real quick. I'll draft it up. Okay, cool. So on to the next. There's that one. And then let me get Aaron's out the way.
Yeah, the ones I was talking about were actually ones I had submitted before. I was just trying to like see if there's any follow up with them. But now that I heard you invest in Atlanta, I actually sent you some through your email that are already in contract.
In contract?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Whose are these?
It's another wholesaler. I'm trying to JV on these. I sent it to your email.
Cool. Well, I'll send this over to somebody. I totally forgot. I got to call whose deal, Frederick's deal. Then we'll go to Aaron's. Frederick, did you end up texting me everything right now? Yeah, you did.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Here we go. I see it. And this is an agent who I'm calling?
Yeah, he's a listing agent.
Okay, original list 550, list price 530, ARV is 500. What the fuck? Okay.
Yeah.
688 square feet?
Yeah,
Oh,
that
this
was the
has to be California.
MOS.
Okay. I was like, shit, what the fuck? This has to be California for something retarded like that.
Yeah, it's pretty small. I actually walked the property. It's like 3 minutes away from me, like literally my backyard. It needs new plumbing and electrical and everything.
How is this guy asking over market pricing is a piece of crap?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't.
I love it.
I tried to explain to him, what fixers are buying at, and it mainly sounds like the seller is not coming down to reality.
Dude, yeah. Fucking dude, California is insane, charging 530 for a 1-bed, 688 square feet.
Yeah, that's MOS square footage. If you look at the assessors, it's actually smaller.
What? It's smaller than that?
Well, the the actual size is around 688, but what was recorded was around like 400 something, 460.
Damn.
Yeah, it's pretty small.
That sounds like a bungalow.
And it doesn't really have much land value because if you look at bird's eye view, it looks like a Costco slice of pizza. Like front elevation is the crust, and then like towards the back of the backyard, it just narrows out.
I love how they just have like the overviews. It's huge, $20,000 price improvement, the best value and affordable single family home throughout the entire Rosemead, San Gabriel area. I love it. It's just bullshit.
I mean, it's a desirable area, but I know rents are going for like maybe 25, 27 for single family residents.
Mhm. Yeah, for that, for the 600 square feet. Okay, so taking a look.
Frederick, what area is that in?
It's in Rosemead, California.
Oh, yeah, no, I know Rosemead. Yeah, they got ridiculous rents out there.
I know. I'm renting one right now.
Yeah, I have friends out there in Covina. So yeah,
Oh yeah, Covina is actually a little bit better in terms of pricing.
pricing wise, yeah. I don't know what they'd be coming up with over there in Rosemead and all them up there.
Yeah, because
What's
it's
the
like
next? Oh, okay, yeah, I like Covina a lot. You guys aren't too far.
just because it's a lot closer to like downtown LA and
Right,
Yeah.
all the hip stuff.
right. And everything hip is in between downtown and Covina, yeah.
Yeah, but Covina is nice in terms of price, even for single family residents.
I like Covina. It's a nice place. Okay.
I actually have a friend out there that lives in West Covina, that over there by Covina High School, and he's getting ready to set, he actually is asking me to help him find a bigger house because he's getting ready to rent out his house.
Oh, right on. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might hit you up on that though, because he's looking up what area? El Sereno area.
Oh yeah, I'm actually helping someone right now buy a property for in El Sereno.
If you find a five bedroom, three plus bathroom with a pool, let me know.
Yeah, man. Let me shoot me your email and I'll send you like listing alerts.
Yeah, boy.
I'll send it right over.
Collaboration,
Okay,
guys. You guys help each other out. Good shit.
Yes, sir.
Cool. I guess I'm gonna call this fucking agent and just fucking tell them I can't do anything they're asking for. I'll give them a serious offer. I think that the most recent comp in the area for on that size sold for $399 and then 400 something. They're like apartments or condos or some shit that sold, and that's what I'm looking at because everything else is just about 200-300 square feet bigger, and they're sold for like that 600,000 range.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw that too. I just put 500 just to be conservative in terms of the ARV.
All right, let's give it a shot. Let's see what's up.
Cool.
Calvin, okay. Lot shaped like a Costco pizza. Sorry. All right, everybody on mute. Does he know? Wait, does he know?
Yeah, I give him a heads up that you'll be calling him, and he's an open guy. Just maybe because we're buddies, we play ball together. But he even offered me to wholesale it, but obviously not that price.
Why didn't you wholesale it?
I tried to, but you can't wholesale it at 475. I mean, I even reached out to all the disposition teams, and they're all saying to get it like at least at 400.
Yes. It's just like it's not turnkey at all. That's the thing, it's gonna need a whole bunch of work. Like just looking at the photos online, it's just like it's more than just a little bit of cosmetic work.
Yeah.
Owls are fucked up, backyard, all the fucking just like the landscaping, everything's super dated.
Yeah, it doesn't even feel structurally sound. Like it looks like the house is dilapidating. Like if you look at the siding's crooked. So yeah, it's all kinds of fucked up.
Let's get in. Okay, so wait, so your buddy already knows that you wanted it for 400 and he said no?
Yeah, I actually offered 380 and he said, oh, we got an offer at 475. But then I followed up with them today and he said that, yeah, they backed out.
No shit.
Yeah.
They got real.
All right,
Yeah.
let me see if I can pitch this guy like a novation. So your boys are homies, so I'm just gonna hit him up and be like, yo, man, like 530 still won't work, but maybe we can go like 400, 425 on like a partnership or some shit. I'm not gonna take too much time, you know, obviously it's fucking been there for some time.
Cool, cool.
All right, here we go.
Hello, this is Kelvin.
Hey, what's up, Calvin? This is Carlos. How you doing, man?
Carlos, how are you doing?
Good, man. I was talking to your buddy Frederick, and he was letting me know about your property off of Toll Drive.
Yes, how are you doing? Yeah, he told me you might be calling me.
Yeah, man, I'm doing good, man. So I live in Palm Springs. I was taking a quick look at this real quick, and I just kind of took the condition. I had just talked to Frederick, and he kind of updated me. And I'd seen, you know, hey, what were you offering him? Because realistically, we're looking at it as like, okay, this it's not just like some cosmetic work, it's gonna need some maybe structural work or some landscape work, and then cosmetically be repaired. What do you think if after like, 'cause I think it's gonna take some months, right, to get this renovated? What do you think like an actual after repair value would be in like 4 to 5 months from now on listing?
That's a great question because it really all depends. And I was kind of explaining it to Frederick that the area, most of the homes already maximized their lot. And so you have a lot of $1 million homes nearby, but they're all, you know, closer towards 1,500 to 2,000 plus square feet. This is a smaller single family on a decent size, you know, a decent lot for the area. So if you're trying to, I guess, hit a cosmetic repair, I would lean. This is probably better that you're going to be adding square footage is the best route, which I don't know if you guys want to do or not. But this is because right now it's a small 1 bedroom, 1 bath versus if you just make it a 3-2, then you'll be able to get something higher, like in the 900s to $1 million range.
Yeah.
But
I see that.
if you're not,
looking at the lot size and lot, I mean, it looks like a little bit of awkward shape lot.
yeah. So they allow 2-story here. They allow just an add-on, which is the easier permitting process, or they also will allow a junior ADU. It's just a matter of what you want to put into it and if you have the time for that. But if you're just simply just going to do a cosmetic, I don't know if that's the best route because you're going to take on other expenses because this is not a cosmetic fixer because you're going to do the structure in terms of most of the stuff inside is original. So you're going to do plumbing, you're going to do electrical, you're going to redo all the exterior siding. There is termite damage and obviously remodeling the interior, like the improvements in the bathrooms and kitchen. But I think, I mean, you could do it for very minimal expense and just try to get in and out in less than a few months. But to maximize, I think I think it's better to go towards a 3-2 or building ADU.
No, I hear you. That would be the way to look at it. I mean, no matter what, inside needs to be taken care of. It looks like exactly what you said. It's going to be down with cosmetic work, structural work. I didn't know about the termite spot. It's a small house, so it's not like gonna be crazy.
It's not large.
It's almost like redoing the whole thing, you know?
Correct. If you're going to redo the whole thing, you might as well do it while adding an extra bedroom and bath, for example. If you just want to do
is there anybody living in there?
No, it's delivered. It can be delivered vacant. It's vacant right now.
Okay.
So someone was living there a month ago.
I know that I would need to be a lot lower, like, you know, closer to that 400. And you know that didn't work the first time or whatever the federal tried. And like he said that you guys had it 475, but it fell out of escrow, right?
Yeah, that investor was just I don't know. It's random investors that send us cash offers and they show big, large proof of funds. So I had quite a few of those. And this one was the highest one. And all of a sudden, the first 3 days, they didn't bring their deposit in. And they tried, our investor looked at it. We need this price at 420s, 430s in order for us to proceed. And then my seller just said, forget it then.
What do you think the most he would take? I mean, not the most, the minimum he would take. Sorry about that, because I'm trying to see it too, because I know 400.
Yeah.
Out of it, 420, 430. He didn't want to take it, so I'm trying to see.
Yeah, I feel 450 or 460 would be probably the seller's bottom line.
Do you know if he's in a rush or does he need money?
Does the seller need money?
Like, is he in a rush at all? Because I have a lot of
No,
proposals to pitch you. That's why.
Yeah, they're not in a rush unless we find an offer that, you know, that we like. We'll proceed with that one, but we're very reasonable.
Right.
So I know they'll take 450, 460, which is way under that asking price, because we originally went 550. It did go into escrow then, and then they backed out.
Yeah, it's the market's just unstable as an investor. It's not like a lot. I know a lot of homeowners still want that high price, and like, believe me, we would as investors with the recession and the rates going up, and then in the beginning of the year we were able to get low rates, and then people were buying $20,000 to $30,000 over asking price, and so it's not like I'm over here to lowball the guy. Just we all have to be conservative, kind of like when this happened back in 2008, kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm financial strategist, so I know, he
Yeah.
wants to get it and acquire it as low as a possible price. He said I could write up the offer, and I don't mind. I'd be happy to get it done. But I probably won't. I'll have a tough time getting them under 450, 460 mark.
Okay.
Because they've already rejected it on another cash offer.
What if I was able to do this? What if I was like, are you aware of like partnerships like novations, or do you know how those work or no?
Mm,
So like basically I
I'm not
could,
exactly sure what your program is, but it's something about sharing the potential resale value.
yeah, so
or no?
basically like, hey, let me see if I can give you that 440, 450. Let me come in here with my renovation crew. I fund the renovation, and then we just relist it with you at market, but completely renovated with the ADU. And then we didn't sell it at that price. And then obviously you get a bigger commission on it. But I'm trying to make it beneficial for him, so he still gets the number. And since he's not in a rush, what if he gave me the time to do that? Like, we partner up, so I don't have to actually buy the purchase price of the house and then renovate it. So then I just come in with the renovation cost. And then so my cash on cash return is going to be at least more attractive to me than having to come in at like 460 plus all the work it's going to need. And then by that time, I definitely don't know what the market's going to be in 5 to 6 months. And that's the only reason why I don't want to go in there and then commit. That's probably why some of those guys backed out, because they're probably realizing this market is becoming a little bit more unstable, and the rates are about to go up like another 3/4 of a point in 2 months. Would you be opposed to proposing that to him? Like, if I were to come in here and maybe give him like 450, but he allowed me to partner in here and I renovate this thing. Well, basically not just renovate, like, get it actually like structurally sound and fixed at an ADU, so we could try to maximize. And then obviously at that moment you can sell it for a lot higher, and then we can all make money that way. I'm just trying to see if it'll benefit him as well, since he's not in a rush.
Yeah. I guess the timing is, I mean, if you're going to do an ADU though, that's going to be more like a 9-month project, I would assume, because you got to get the permits.
Yeah, but even if we did it, like, even if we were able just to get this ready and then at least let me sell that part, some of that we can sell it with the ADU plans in place.
Okay.
Yeah, we get what I'm saying. Like in the end, I could just attach it.
In the end, the seller is going to have a sales price of 450, and then you as the investor is going to capture the
difference after we pay you. Yeah, so we partner. I come in, we fund the whole deal and everything, so we get it all ready, and then you just list it again at an actual like repair value price. Then we pay you out, pay him that 450, and then I take my reimbursement plus the difference.
I know what you're getting to. It's gonna be tough to get them to allow all that work to go through.
I mean, I'm just thinking, because
yeah,
if he
I'm
doesn't
trying to think.
down, like what if he doesn't sell it for 4? Get what, like, here's my idea, right? Like, what if he doesn't get the 460 or whatever, and months go by then, and then now it's like, okay, now you're forced to basically take a lot lower, because nobody's actually going to be willing, if they're not willing to do it now. I'm just trying to make it make sense too, and I'm not going to hassle you guys either, because I buy all kinds of ways. I'm just trying to see it as an investor and see if you're your end buyer, like, hey, if he doesn't pay attention like to that market that isn't stable, what if he can't even sell it for 450, 460, and then 2 months go by, and what if it's only worth, X amount, and now people are at under 400, and now he's like losing opportunity. Well, do you think you could submit that offer and just give it a try and see?
Yeah, I'm willing to play ball. I think they would rather structure it as somehow getting some proceeds now. So I thought maybe seller financing was a route.
Okay, well, I can look at it also like same thing, like maybe lock it up this way, like at like 450, a little bit of money down, nothing crazy, right? A little bit of money in their pocket. And then maybe if they're open, maybe we can structure where it can kind of benefit me as well, where I don't make a payment to them until I have it renovated. Because then at that moment, what if I decide I want to buy and hold it instead of sell it? Because if they're gonna give me the term on it, then what if I just renovate it and then turn around, I rent it out? Because that's what I want to do, because I know that this market is crap right now, me buying cash or fix and flipping. I'd rather just hold everything. And if he's able to let me come down on the price, I gotta still run the numbers, right? I'm not saying I can do this. I'm just saying I'm just trying to make it make sense. If I could do something like that, come in and pay, basically either me buy and hold it, or if I can just renovate it and then figure out what I want to do. So if he's gonna give me some time, that's kind of like how I'm looking at it. Either one way, like I partner with him, or come in here and give him like little money down and not make any payments until it's renovated. So then
Would you do something closer? Like, let's say the purchase price is around 455, right?
Okay.
You put half down, seller financing half the rest.
Yeah,
And then we'll have a Oh, I was gonna tell them to put a low interest rate / have that interest rate kick in after 4, 5, 6 months.
Yeah, because I don't mind giving them interest either. If they're gonna, like, that's not a problem. I'm just trying to make it, because here's the thing. I gotta put 200 grand down and then come in and put in another 100 plus or whatever, do the things I need to do to get to maximize on this thing. I don't know what my cash on cash return is gonna be if I'm already out 300,000. Let's say I decide I want to buy and hold it, and I can only make X amount of money per month. Like, to put 300 grand down, that won't make sense to me, is all. And I understand where you're coming from, like, believe me.
Yeah.
But my goal would be to do the first route. Hey, if I can come in here and partner with him, he can get all his money in a few months. Even if I have to maybe just give him like $10,000 down, let me renovate it and flip it, and then you get the rest of it. So he has some change in his pocket. I'm just trying to make it make sense, because 200 or 6 figures is gonna like kill the deal for me if I'm gonna buy it on seller finance. With all that, with like, and I would be the guy, if this was renovated, I'd give him full price. Just it's not renovated, so it's gonna take me a lot of time, and during that time, it's not gonna cash flow. And during the time it's not cash flowing, it's also an unstable market with rates coming up in February. So that's how I'm looking at it. Okay, what if the prices come down again? So I can't get the ARV that I wanted. Then the rates go up, making it harder for me to sell it, because homeowners are gonna be more expensive. I'm just trying to find a way where I don't get stuck. You get me?
Yeah. No, yeah, that's a smart investor. Yes, I say that's wise on your end. I just know the seller is, I from my conversations with them, because I don't really know them as a friend as I know Fred.
Okay.
So I just feel that they're the type of maybe they can seller finance some, but they're probably more conservative, I guess, in the way they're probably not going to want to see someone, doing the renovation.
Tell them to renovate it for me and sell it to me at full price. On terms. I mean, I'm just trying to like, hey, they want to renovate it for me and then sell it to me at full price on terms with interest.
You're going to renovate it much cheaper than them. That's the key. Versus them, they're not in the industry to do the renovation. They just want to sell it as is. They just kind of that's their instructions to me.
Okay.
But
well, then
I know I can get you guys at a very decent attractive price at 450, 455 or something like that.
I mean,
I just don't know.
It could be attractive just depending on how I look at it. I mean, for cash, if he wants it faster and he needs money, I mean, I'd have to be at like 375 or something, maybe 400, maybe. That's just where it's at. That's just where I need to be on cash, and they probably want more money. So either maybe that or follow up with kind of when I went over. Otherwise, I don't think I could move forward because it is a big project.
Yeah, it's, I mean, it's a small home, but because you're gonna have to redo all the things I said, like the plumbing, electrical, new flooring, new kitchen, new bathroom. I do feel that, like your initial question to me is, what's my belief? I think something that's pretty much brand new in terms of the interior of the cosmetics, and I think something like that would sell close to 680 without adding square footage, maybe 650 to be a little bit more conservative. So you're looking at maybe a resale value 650 to 680. Without
And I see that.
without doing the
I do
add-on.
stuff like that. Like I see.
Everyone will look, yeah, because you still have a big backyard. You still have the privacy in the neighborhood that commands, it's more of like this is a small home in a nicer area. So the neighborhood will support a higher value of it in terms of the price per square foot and everything like that.
Because I do see some properties that sold last month, a few blocks over, they're a little bit bigger, like 800, 900 square feet, and they sold in the 700s. But they're
Yeah.
a little bigger, and then I did see the one for 600, but it seems like across that big pad, right over next to the Sunside and over the Union Drive or whatever.
Yeah,
It's a little bit.
so those are smaller homes, yet they still commanded almost 650 to 7s is and I think depending on how you do, but I think your cost of 100,000 renovation is healthy. I think that you can probably get away with less. So the way I see it, if you put 450 in and then you put another 100K in plus the time of your money for 4, 5, 6 months, there is a cushion of let me see, maybe 90 grand, I guess, right off.
And I hear you for today's date and today's time, but in 5 or 6 months, that won't be there. Just like in 2008, we all know what happened. And same thing has happened. This is even worse. Like I come from the car industry, and even the car industry is completely messed up. With like that Carvana or CarMax overpaying. Like when I was in the car business and they were taking business from us, and then now they're out of business because they overpaid for things and they took a tank. So they're in the trouble, and so is interest rates.
So same thing as the Zillow and the I buyers of like the
They thought that they can
open door
smart algorithm that ended up playing them. Like they're really to get sales. You have to have brokers and agents involved. There has to be commissions made. There has to be that profitability. Otherwise, if a company's coming to pay full price like that, something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen just like 2008, and those people who did overpay. Because I'm an investor, I'm always like studying and educating myself on the market. It's the same thing, and that's why I'm like the only reason I'm negotiating this way is I understand what could happen, not guaranteeing exactly. Like I'm not saying that hey, it's gonna be 50% ARV in 6 months, but if it were to come off 10%, 10% is almost that $90,000 window that you just said. It's like it could be $50,000 to $65,000, and then I'm left with a little change. That makes no sense if I'm putting an X amount of dollars in there to make 30 or 40 or $50,000 actual profit at the end of it, because in 6 months it ain't gonna be what we see today.
Yeah, that's why you hold it and then sell it in a couple of years when the market recovers and the rates are more attractive. So you're right, and renting it out for a year or two, our rates will climb back to 5% or in a healthy level where people will make activity and movement. But yeah, right now at the current environment at 6.5%, people aren't very inclined to move. But this will cool down after maybe a year and a half, 2 years.
How long are they open on the term? Like let's say if I were to give them like 450 and I gave them a little bit of money down, I go and renovate it and I want to hold it. If they're gonna give me 5-7 years on this thing, 10 years.
I've never had that discussion yet, so I have no clue. But she's an older lady. She's a grandma.
Okay.
So that to me, I mean, people don't want to taste that money until 5, 6 later. I don't know if they have the time for that. A younger owner probably might.
Actually, I buy a lot from older people, and here's why. Because I get a lot of this like, hey, I'm old, like I might pass away. And here's the question: well, passing away is just like guaranteed, like on the first day you take a breath in this world. But here's the thing: like, if you were planning to leave behind stuff to your children, your grandchildren, or maybe place it into a charity, we can go ahead and continue making those payments over to your
Oh, yeah.
family or things.
Well, I know, yeah. It's just a matter of, I think the way their family works, I don't think she wants to, I think she wants to have some, I guess, security or slash medical and stuff like that. That's why I was thinking a half of seller financing, I think I can convince him towards. But if we're looking at pretty much financing the majority of this, if
I mean, give it a shot. Who
these-
knows? I mean, if I came in,
I'll
with
give it,
strong
I'll give it
offer,
a shot. I'll give it a shot. I'll give it
Yeah.
a shot. But I'm just telling you, it's most likely going to be turned down.
Okay. I mean, I let
She'd
the
rather-
glass half full.
yeah.
I know that nobody's giving them, you know, the high offer. It's still there. And it's hard. That's
Yeah.
all it is. Like if I was able to make them a purchase price offer that they like, and they allowed me to at least give me some wiggle room to make some money in this unstable market, I'll be a fair person and I'm willing to be fair back. Otherwise, I know that I can't really move forward. I mean, I do have great opportunity. I have like 6 properties in escrow, so I do buy. It's just that,
Yeah.
and I don't like to lose opportunities. That's why I'm here trying to literally brainstorm, trying to find all these ways out. But in the end, if I can't do it, I'm not gonna waste money doing it either, you know?
So I guess hearing this, I mean, what approach would you prefer to me to best approach it as? I mean, I'll present it and write it up. I just don't know.
originally to do the novate, like the partnership part, but if not, the best route would be maybe give them 440, 450, give them 5-10% down on that, not make a payment till it's renovated, and then let me actually, I'll buy and hold it, and let me make payments over the next 7+ years. So then the market can stabilize, rates can stabilize, come back down, and I refinance them out. They still get some money in their pocket. After 5 or 6 months, when it's renovated and the tenants are in there, we'll start making payments. Now the payment, I still have to like do some research, like, hey, what could rent be? Because in 6 months, rent's still gonna be up, just because rent's gonna be up because rates are up. So rents are still gonna be up, so I don't have to worry about that. And I have to figure out, okay, well, I just need to make money in here. From my money down, I look at how much money down do I put down and how much can I make annually on my money. So like, okay, if I put down 40 grand, then I gotta put down 60, 70 to renovate it, about 100, 110. If I can make, you know, $1,000, $1,500 a month profit to me plus, and then they still make change because rent's gonna be expensive in the area anyways. If I can make 1,000, 1,500, 2 grand, they make, you know, some money too, almost the same or something. Then that could be beneficial because that's now I'm looking at like, okay, that's like 15%, 20% of my money at the same time. So maybe you can go in there and let them know, hey, 450, 5 to 10% down, no payments until it's stabilized and rented out, and then I could factor in like some type of payment to them right after, and then give me some time, and we could even make it a true investment. We'll throw some interest on top, so that actually gives them. They wanted 475, but if I throw interest on top and they give me 7 years, they're gonna make more than 550,000. Get me? They'll make like 600 grand or something on them. So it could be very attractive to them as well. I just want to be able to also be fair with me and make some money.
Okay. So you're structuring this as a sale though, 450, and she's taking a note from like 90 something.
Yeah, I'll buy
90%.
it like that. Yeah, like it'll be like definitely some work. It'll be a project. So I definitely don't want to make any payments on it. I want to at least renovate this thing, not have to make big payments to them. And then once it's renovated and I have it rented out, then at that moment, once it's rented out, we're gonna go ahead and start making payments to them. And plus there's interest on that. So they're making more money than they're expecting.
Okay. Let's see how that works. I'll talk to the owners on that approach.
And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, you know. That's
You want me to push this as a verbal, or you want me to purchase as a written offer?
no, go ahead and put it in as a written offer.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Maybe tomorrow I'll be in the office. This is your number, right?
this is my cell phone. Yeah, you can text me.
Cool.
And then I
So,
buy, like, I'll buy with Frederick too, but I buy a lot of properties that cash just has to be lower, even if the turnkey just a little bit lower, so the rate makes sense. If not, I could buy those ones on terms, you know, I could buy them at purchase price, at over purchase price with the right term that makes me money. I could buy foreclosures, I could stop auctions and pay arrears, no equity deals, little equity deals, deals that they want to make interest on, deals that they want to pay capital gains on. I'll buy all of those things. So if you ever come across more listings, especially right now when you're gonna have some sellers who are not gonna want to take a discount because to them, they think the market's still up. I'll come in, and if they're open to, I'll do it the same way, and we can make it attractive on both sides.
okay. Okay, I'll work on an offer with you tomorrow.
Okay, man.
Shoot me your email, text me it to me when we're off, and then I'll give you a draft of it if that makes sense to what you want to offer, and then I'll propose it tomorrow.
Okay.
If you want to try it, okay?
I'll send you a text right when we hang up. Okay, Calvin?
Sounds good.
All right, brother. Okay.
All right, man. Let me know if you have any questions till then, and then let's see if I can pull some magic and get the
Make
new
some
agreement,
magic,
'cause I-
buddy. That's next. That's okay. Move on to the next one.
Okay.
All right, brother.
All right, I hear you. Okay. All right. Bye.
What a brainstorm,
Damn, classes in session.
huh?
Sheesh.
Brainstorming, man. Brainstorming with this guy.
Schooled
That was
that
amazing.
agent too. Schooled them.
I mean, I'm an investor now, right? I see longevity in this market. I'm a bold guy, but I'm just a conservative, fair, bold guy. I'll take a home run any day if they allow me to take a home run and they don't have to negotiate. But this guy's actually talking on behalf of the seller. The seller didn't say any of those things that he said. He's just half the glass is half empty to the guy. I don't think this. Oh, that's not going to work. Well, how do you know? You never really asked. Not that I'm talking crap, Frederick. I'm just saying that.
Sure, yeah, I got you. Yeah.
That I'm straight up, man. I'm a businessman. I have emotions with my friends. That's cool and all. But in business, I'm a businessman. And sometimes you guys will hear me on some straight up calls, and I've called out agents multiple times. And no, well, listen, you're saying that, but let me ask you: do you own any properties? No. So how would you know then? No. Okay. So you're a salesman. I used to be a salesman, but you're not. You know that I'm no longer just a salesman. I'm an investor that sees out reality, hears things. I've made mistakes on my first property, my first Airbnb. I made a mistake on, and we're just coming up off of it. It took the next 4 months. So I've made my mistakes already learning. I hear from a lot of my experienced investors too. And so I'm just going in there in an unstable market, being conservative, and I'm giving them a price that doesn't make sense as long as I can do it the way that I say it. Like, cool, let me put fucking 5 or 10% down, come in, because here's the thing. Rent's gonna be like what in that area? Like
25, 27, single family.
yeah. Put this in my actual rentometer. What is this thing? What is it? 1 bed, 1 bath type of thing?
Yeah, 1 bed, 1 bath.
Because even if you throw an ADU on it and turn it into it, and then you can charge another $1,000. Let me see. 1 bed, 1 bath. What's up, Calvin? Let me give him my address. You see how I always end up, guys, with an agent? Hey, I could buy all these. You guys need to start enhancing yourselves at the end of every agent call or whatever. Let them know that you can buy anything else like this, and then all the other ways.
Right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, confidence is everything. When they all of a sudden can sense that over the phone, then all of a sudden it's like, it's amazing what you can get people to believe once they feel your confidence through a call.
Yeah, fucking what's his name? Jordan Belfort talks about the straight line system. I'm not sure if you guys
Absolutely.
tell me this pen type of thing, right? Like the straight line system. What it is you're transferring certainty. Basically, you transfer certainty when you know what you're doing. There's like, it's very hard for you to be confident. Now, there's a difference of cockiness and confidence, or stupid confidence, meaning you're just going to put on some confidence not knowing what you're doing, so you still sound stupid. Or you're a true confident person because you actually understand the marketplace. That's why you're confident. That's when you transfer certainty. At the same time, it's like we have to be compatible with each other. That sell me your pen. Do you know what the reality of that thing is? Like when they say that, you know how do you really sell it? Or are you, if I were to tell you guys right now, sell me this pen, would you guys just, oh, this is like the best pen in the world, like type of thing, Is that how you guys would go about it, right? The reality of things is it's about like supply and demand. It's about are we in the market? You can't sell somebody really, and you can if you're a great salesman, but all the time, it's harder for you to sell somebody who's not in the market for things. Here's an example. I'll buy luxury stuff when I'm ready to. Believe me, it's not hard. When I decide I want to buy something, I'll buy it. I'll pay the price, but I'm also going to pay the right price for it because I understand that. But here's the thing, I'll still pay the price for it. Now, when I'm not in the market, it's going to be hard for you to sell me when I'm not really too invested or interested, right? So sell me this pen. That's why if you watch that Wolf of Wall Street and everybody, the first 3 or 4 people Or like, this is the best pen, this and that, and then Leonardo keeps taking away the pen and he passes it off to like the last guy, and that guy closes the deal. It was a supply and demand type of thing where he was like, hey, let me ask you this, man. Go ahead and write down go ahead and give me your signature. Oh, you don't have a pen? Supply and demand. Here you go, buy this from me. Because now he needs to be in the market to be able to achieve that, write down my signature. That's what it is. And most people are not salesmen and they'll never understand this. But I'm a salesman first, businessman, and then I got into real estate. Like I said, never a goal or dream of mine being here. Never was. Awesome. Showed me some great sales, great negotiation. Still not a goal or dream. I like talking to you guys. I want to be on Shark Tank. I want to buy properties. Yeah, but I want to buy businesses. I want to be a salesman for things. That's who I am first. This real estate thing, I was just prepared for it. I didn't know I was coming into it. That's the reality of things. You guys can try all you want, have all your goals all you want, but you guys don't have things lined up. You're going to struggle. You're going to see me who never wanted a goal to be here, never had a dream to be here, prepared for things, and I smoke everything, right? I just come in here and I just make it sound like it's easy. That's only because I'm prepared for it, because I'm preparing myself for other businesses. They're going to be way harder to negotiate than a house is. When you're negotiating different types of businesses with royalties, different types of income that are coming in, cash flow systems, processes, you're buying in already clientele bases and other automated systems. It's completely different than buying houses. How do I know? Because I'm shifting into learning how to do it. That's what I'm more excited about. That's my goal, right? Like, yeah, you'll see me here. I'm always going to be here, but there'll be a point where you might not see me as much in this realm. I'll still be buying things, or my team will, but I might be taking off into a different adventure because that's where I actually have goals and aspirations for. And I'm just learning right now. You guys are seeing me as a puppy. Like, I've been buying properties since like June, and I've been trying to build a powerhouse before that. So it's not like I've been buying for a long time and getting smarter each time I get on the phone. And so you're seeing me as a puppy right now. Give me a few years and I'll be a complete animal. But right now I'm just working. I'm just getting by, just trying to understand how it works. Like, believe me, the people who are further than me, because they can foresee what I can't see. That's the only thing that I believe in, is that if they're further than me, great, they've earned it. And because they probably understand more strategies and how to overcome them and how to work this business better than I can. Because I'm new. There's no way I can be great at something when I start at something, but I started. One day I'll be great at it. That's the truth.
Yes, sir.
Heard.
Yes,
I
sir.
like the pull away. You didn't sound desperate, and you guys were just leveling with each other. Even though he owned 2 Caldwell bankers, you've been a broker for years. You weren't stepping on his toes, and he wasn't stepping on yours. So that was a good exchange.
Oh, he's a broker? Nice. It don't matter to me. Like, as long as I talk, like I am talking on behalf of what I think I can do or my network base can do. Sometimes people are like, oh, I had these offers. That's great. They're probably stronger than me. They probably have more money than I do. But I'm just talking to you as for what I can buy, sir. I'm not on the phone on behalf of that person you just named. I'm literally trying to figure out what's going to fit my business model, whether it's my wholesale business or my buy and hold. I don't want to buy and hold this project. This is a whole project for me. I can't handle that. I don't know how to do that shit. I would turn around and wholesale it though, that's for sure. That's the damn truth. He didn't know that, but in the end, I'll still tell him. It ain't gonna fucking bother me to tell him. Like, I'm not scared to fucking tell him that shit. But yeah, that's the way the cookie crumbles on that one, guys.
Thanks
We'll get
for
that one.
that. Thanks for that call, Carlos. Is there anything I should do on my end in terms of following up with him?
Just make sure he submits the offer.
Gotcha.
He's cool. He's a broker, right?
Yeah.
I just think that he should submit the offer and we should go from there. And if his seller isn't open, we move on, and the seller will loop back around to us being serious. It's
Right.
more of a follow-up. If they're not, let them hold on to it if they want. I'm not in a rush. I say that because the truth is, I'm a busy person that has a lot of opportunities. I just called a list of leads and none of them are for me. I haven't even got to the ones that are from me, except for Wilkins, because he's on my team. But other than that, when you have opportunity like some of us do, or like how I do, am I truly in a rush to fucking spend money foolishly on deals that I don't understand or don't seem too hot to me? Fuck no, right? I'm gonna go ahead and just call the next fucking person and call the next fucking person and call the next fucking person. That's why you guys want to be good at closing and then promote yourself. So then motherfuckers out there drop deals on your lap. So then you have opportunity to say the same shit. I'm not actually in a rush, man. Like, definitely not. I know you're not in a rush, and neither am I. I said I have 5 or 6 properties in escrow. That's the truth. I'm not lying. Those are literally sitting in escrow right now. I told that to Wilkins seller. I wasn't bullshitting him. That's the damn truth. Like, I'm not even lying right now. That is the truth. And so to me, I'm like not really in a rush because I have opportunity. Go get opportunity. Go be prepared first. Then the opportunity arises and you can take action on that thing. Otherwise, what's going to happen when you have an opportunity and your ass isn't prepared? You're just going to fucking lose. That's all it is. Get prepared.
Yeah.
Even though she's not one of my favorite people of all times, though, but that's what Oprah. That's not. I was gonna say that's
I
what
just
Oprah. No, that's what Oprah Winfrey says is the definition of success is when preparation meets opportunity.
I'm glad. And that's what you guys see in here. Like, you guys literally just heard what I said. I honestly, this was never a goal. I was on JJ's Zoom and I explained it. Then somebody asked me, like, you know, how long have you been thinking about getting here? I said, never, not once. Manufactured luck. Man, it wasn't a goal for me, dude. And it's very cool and all. But like I said, I think I like more getting to talk to you guys, pouring energy and talking with like wisdom with what I've overcame in life. But other than that, man, I'm just being here, being bold, going after what I want in life. And I'm having fun meeting some great ass people in here. I've met some great ass people in here, and it's awesome. And I'm going to do a lot of business aside from real estate with these people. But it is not my goal. It is not my dream, though it is a part of me now and forever will be, because I understand the financial freedom and the power it's going to give me and where I could park my money, and the stock market might crash and blow people's money away, but the economy comes down, the houses don't disappear. So I understand it now, how vital it is. And yeah, real estate's made the most successful people, the most richest people, the most wealthiest people out there. There's no other business that done it the way real estate did. But I'm also, like I said, you know what I like about Grant Cardone over Robert Kiyosaki, though Robert Kiyosaki is a badass. First, Robert Kiyosaki is boring. Grant Cardone is awesome. He has energy like how I have energy. Second, Grant Cardone is a true salesman, comes from the car business like I do. True fucking salesman with the sales program like I am. And then he got into real estate and he fucking killed it because he has energy and he does sales and negotiation and he has other fucking businesses besides real estate. That's who I'd rather be like over Robert Kiyosaki, even though Robert Kiyosaki is a fucking legend. You get me? So that's just the truth. I just wanted to break it down. I like the other things first, homie, and then this second.
Spoken like a true salesman.
I am one. Okay.
Hey, I was gonna say real quick though, Frederick, you might want to cultivate a relationship with that broker though, because he can, if he has other offices and stuff though, he could probably slide you some leads.
Yeah. We play ball together like every other week, so we do chop it up for sure.
Okay, I guess you can't cultivate it no better than that.
Yeah, I mean he's the one who even offered me to wholesale it, but I just had to kind of break down, you know, what the buy box is for wholesalers, because that part I don't think he understood, because I don't think he really understands the ARV method and through the lens of a wholesaler or a fixing flipper. I mean,
No,
like
he's a broker.
like what he was saying, yeah, you can do a 2-story, but like it doesn't really match the area because everything there is like a single story. But you know, I mean, I learned from him and he learns from me. So, you know, we just keep that open, you know, but yeah, definitely want to hold on to that relationship for sure.
Cool. Okay.
Hey, but Carlos, that was amazing, man. And you did mention that you would offer him to list on the back end. Can you put that in a clause, or like what if you wholesale the deal, but you told them that you would let him list it once it's all renovated?
Yeah, you know, honestly, I don't think anybody will fucking care for that part. You know, they just need an agent. So you can fucking put that in additional terms that we're going to use his brokerage to do it. That's totally fine. And trust me, no one's going to give a shit which agency, unless it's like, hey, my best friend's over here, but still, no true investor is going to bitch about that shit. They want to get it
Got
done
it.
and flip it. You get me? If he's good at selling it at market, great. That's like the
Yeah.
easiest thing to overcome.
Got it. Cool. Sounds good. Thanks again, man. And yeah,
Thank you for the opportunity. Bring me anything else right here.
yeah, I'm gonna meet my buddy tonight, and then I'll just shoot you a text and kind of give you a heads up
Cool,
on
guys.
him in this situation.
Yeah. So Aaron, let's get your guy tomorrow then in the morning or whatever, or on the calls. I gotta just finish up paperwork before I gotta finish up a little bit more reading and then go for another workout. And then
Yeah.
have to
No,
show
you're
up,
good.
like,
Dustin
show up
told
in
me
my
you were
house
gonna.
full. Yeah, man.
Yep,
But
you're good.
I'll play ball for you guys. I'll go the distance for you guys. I hope that you guys learn from this and things like that. And I still make mistakes. I'm transparent. I'm humble about it. I'm not the best. I want to be the best, but I'm not, right? ABC is always to be close and get to the end goal. I'll teach you what I've learned from the car business and from my brother, Stephen Robinson. He's the reason why I can close like this. But that's where I'm at. So I still make my mistakes. You know, just bear with me. I'm growing, I'm scaling. I want to see you guys do the same.
All
Much
good,
love.
understandable.
Guys,
Appreciate
you
you,
guys have-
Thank you,
Carlos. I
bro.
learned a lot, man.
Thanks for your
Absolutely.
time, brother.
Tell the
Thank you for your time,
world, tell the
always.
world to come in here and bring all their deals. Let them know what's up. Oh, tomorrow, no live seller calls. I'll be training Liam Benson's team tomorrow, I believe. So I'll try to get the link and send that out. If you guys want to jump in, we're gonna have like a little role play training session with another sales professional, another community and mentorship. So that's what I'll be. You guys can do your thing. Feel free to jump in here if you want and do your own cold calls, live calls. There's Dustin, he's gonna send it out. So Dustin's gonna post it on the Facebook group. He's probably gonna post it in the Slack channel. And if you guys want to jump in, come jump in. If some of you guys are ready to compete, like I know Jesus and Mason will be. Anybody else who wants to go in there, we are going to go against each other. We're going to have some fun in there. It's going to have some role plays. I'm going to be training him, but we're also going to break up and I'm going to be inside there role playing myself. So I'll be showcasing what I can do. And maybe some of you powerhouse heads are ready to rock. Let's represent the powerhouse in there. Because I know Mason went in there and crushed it. And it's funny because there's a good closer in there that people were talking about. And then later on, that good closer got into my DM and it was like, bro, you're like a masterpiece when you close. And I'm like, oh, really? That was the guy that everybody was talking smoke about. And he was like over here in my DM. I was in another call. I was coaching Nathan Payne's course this morning. And some random ass person in there was like, yo, bro, I don't know who you are yet, but some random person sent me one of your deals that you closed. And they were trying to have me jump into their mentorship. Listen to this shit. He was like, they wanted me to jump into their mentorship and they're good at closing. And they sent me an example of what a closer sounds like a true closer. And it was your YouTube video. And the other sales program was like, yeah, this is what a true closer sounds like. And it happened to be me. And I didn't know that. And then that fool ends up hitting me up in the DM, like, how much is your course instead? Because I went over a whole training that day. And so he might be switching into mine, but there's a difference, right? People can say they're closers. I don't know who the hell that guy was with the other program. I didn't even care to ask. But the reality is, I guess that I was able to showcase something a little bit different than some of these other people. Yeah, Nicole, same link, Monday through Thursday, except for tomorrow. We're not going to be in here.
Awesome.
Hey, Carl.
What's up, yo?
What's up, man? How's everything?
It's good. You?
Good, man. Happy to be back, man. I've been super slam busy. Yeah. How is it gonna work for the agent Zoom that you're gonna have? I believe
in January.
In the next. So that's gonna start in January.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'm too overwhelmed to do it now. So I'm gonna do an actual. So it's not agent outreach. Josh and I do agent outreach tomorrow from 1 to 2:30 or whatever. That's for investors reaching out to agents. I'm gonna actually just break down creative finance for agents and how it works, and I'm gonna present sellers' main objections as well, and I'm gonna give them the credibility of who I am, and I'm gonna educate them on why they should incorporate this in their business, even if they fucking still rock out and stuff and kick ass. I'm still going to incorporate it because I will be the ones that buy those properties that are in foreclosure. or at least wholesale them, right? But same thing, stop auction, little to no equity, no equity. They don't want to take a discount. They don't want to pay capital gains. They want to make more money than it makes sense, like putting interest on top. All of that we can take over. I explained this. Dustin introduced me to somebody in San Diego, and bro, like I barely poured any value and energy into these people, like maybe 5-10%. I pour a lot of that into you guys and stuff. I poured like 5% into these guys, and these guys got cake, like multi-millions. They literally stopped, bought me food, gave me a hotel room, and are arranging my flight to Detroit to go to their brokerage and do raps with them. And what's funny was yesterday, the other in Detroit yesterday, I had sent an agent that I closed a deal with back in March. I sent him that agent education thing that you're talking about, Daniel. And he calls me and he goes, bro, why don't you come out to Detroit, man, and buy some properties like you do? And I said, how funny, I'm coming out in February for this realty, and I named the realtor company that they own. And they also do like luxury fix and flips and luxury Airbnbs, and so they're caked up. And he goes, oh, really? He goes, yeah. He goes, well, I work for the #1 team out here. He named it like he gave me this name. So I said, okay. And he goes, yeah, we did like 1,100. We sold like 1,100 homes last year, and we're doing a little over 1,000 this year. I said, oh shit, that is a lot. And then so I hit up that company, the one that's going to be flying me out there. And I said, do you know this team? He goes, yeah, we do. I said, okay, well, I have a phone call with them because now they know that I'm coming out, and they have a real estate meetup. And now, since they heard that I'm coming out there, that broker is also going to let me speak on stage in front of 200 people at their real estate event meetup. And I'm going to go ahead and basically showcase what I'm here to do for those agents, and at the same time try to sell my programs and stuff. But the opportunity was there.
So yeah, I was asking you because I saw that, and I sent it over to my team leader, and I told him like if he has any time tomorrow to jump in a Zoom with you. I don't know if you have any time, but he's trying to see. Like he told me, oh, can you send me some YouTubes, or like who is Carlos, because we have a group of like 200 agents, and I think everybody should get at least a little bit of this information. So
Put me in front. Yeah, like
that's what I'm trying to do, but he just wants credibility. He just wants, oh, send me what he has. So I sent him some of your YouTubes, but the best thing will be to put you in a Zoom with him, so you guys have half an hour.
Let's do this, Daniel, because I gotta jump off. Send me a text, and I gotta do some things right now. But send me a text right now. We'll schedule something, okay, guys?
All right, cool.
All right, guys, take it easy. Bye.
Bye, thank you.